I don't think this is gonna off. Oh, I might.
Gotta wait for the foam to die down.
Ooh, that's a chocolatey foam.
I got too much head on mine and I can't
Look at that.
I'm really foaming.
Look at that pour.
Oh, man.
Whoa.
Picturesque.
Speaking of,
That's a photo for the Patreon.
Oh yeah.
try and get some. Oops, I flipped the camera around. Let's see. Food mode.
Food mode.
Food mode.
Alright.
What do we got here?
Welcome back to Designated Beer Drinkers. Tonight we drink Barrel Sled, a barrel-aged Imperial Coconut Stout. The beer blurb. When it snows on your coconut trees, it's time to break out the Barrel Sled. Our ride starts with a creamy rich oatmeal stout aged in Old Elk whiskey barrels. Then, when the barrels taste just right, we empty them onto fluffy piles of toasted coconut. The result is a rich, boozy coconut stout experience. Let the snow fall and enjoy the ride. After all, you have a Barrel Sled.
Yeah, so this is our next entry on the holiday drinks.
Oh, yeah. And it's 8.5%.
I'm gotta say, kind of whoa, ice.
Oh yeah,
That's cool. I'm kind of concerned about the coconut because I'm not generally a coconut fella.
Aren't you allergic?
Deathly.
Oh man, it's just power through.
Gotta
If you
watch
drink
out.
it fast, it'll be
So
okay.
I'll need my EpiPen about 6 times tonight.
Yeah. What a thick foam. Look at that.
Yeah, it is
like
not dying
Jello.
down.
No, yeah. Jello, yeah. Very jello-y.
It's like gelatinous.
Right.
Sniff?
Sniff time.
Smells like beer.
I'm getting coconut.
It smells like a dark beer.
Yeah, really. It smells like a dark beer. Pretty.
Barely.
You think so?
I
Yeah.
don't think my sniffer's working tonight.
Like you get like the like woody.
Okay, I got a little bit more there.
There's a snake in my boot.
It smells a lot like the Calavera from last week.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Oh no, not. I wasn't here for last week. How was that?
Or
The last week was
sorry,
Richard
2 weeks
Bell.
ago.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I thought I had
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Last week's was pretty decent.
Yeah, it was alright.
Did I give it a C, I think?
Yeah, I think we all give it like C's and B's.
I gave it a B+, I think.
Yeah, I think you and I both did C+, Christian.
All right, let's try this guy.
Alright.
All right, cheers.
Raise glasses, boys. Ooh, sweetie pie.
I got a lot of foam on that one.
Oh,
Same.
interesting.
Chocolatey.
Definitely chocolatey.
That's tasty.
I was expecting
there
like
any
in your face coconut.
Yeah, that's almost like no coconut at all. It's pretty sweet like coconut. Like
It is sweet,
definitely that first
which
bit
is weird for a dark beer.
there. Right?
I'm tasting oatmeal, not chocolate.
Oatmeal.
Yeah.
I get it through the foam when you breathe that first sip in. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm finally getting some coconut in the aftertaste.
It says it's toasted coconut. It tastes toasty at all?
Maybe in the head, definitely like that oatmeal bready taste, but yeah, chocolatey coffee.
It reminds me of oatmeal chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh, yeah.
With
I see that.
dark chocolate chips.
Yeah, for sure.
What about raisins?
I like raisins.
In oatmeal chocolate chip cookies?
Yeah.
Or oatmeal cookies? Yeah.
Yeah. I like them everywhere. In trail mix, just by
Really?
themselves. In cookies.
Do you like raisins, Jackson?
Yeah, I love raisins.
Yeah, raisins are alright. I like them in cookies if the cookies are, like, made well.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like them growing up. I can't remember the last time I actually had like an oatmeal raisin cookie though. So
All right, what do we
have
talk
to
about?
try 'em
Raisins.
we're raising the stakes here. You
All
know?
right, what's going on with you guys?
I'm still analyzing this.
Really? You got any new quarries on it, or
I think I gotta do that.
what was that?
Oh, I know what you're
last
talking
week.
about.
I'm not convinced it made a difference, but it was fun.
Oh, is this the new style?
You take a really quick, like, sharp sip, and it's supposed to, like, you're supposed to be able to taste, like, more, like, a really...
Kind of like when you're sampling wine, you're like,
Yeah, you just like
Yeah, wine,
breathing some more
coffee.
air.
yeah,
Yeah, you just kind of... Just, like, a real quick one.
I'm gonna like choke on this if I do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
That's just the foam, bro.
Well, yeah.
It's good. It's because you pour it like like the
Trying to
entire.
make delicious noises for our listeners.
Yeah, I mean, I can't complain about that. It does sound good.
Yeah. Nice and crispy.
Hmm.
No, yeah, this is
Ooh, I burped a little bit, and I felt the coconut come up.
Oh yeah, that coconut
Very
afterburn.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
I tried that thing that we did with the dragon's milk where you take in like more air in one sip and then like try to not take in any with the next.
Yeah. How'd that go?
It was pretty similar. I feel like less air was more bitter.
Well, I wonder if there's a
What if
proper
you
way.
swish it around? Like
I was
mouthwash?
thinking about that, and then I was like, nah, I might die of foam in my mouth.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, super foamy.
Yeah, it foams up a lot when you do that.
I wonder if there is a proper way to drink beer. You see people with wine like swirling around really quickly, and
All right, note for later. Look up how to properly drink beer.
yeah.
Why wait?
Fair.
Right
Master
now.
our craft on this.
Oh yeah,
this episode.
Tell the audience we're learning as we
While he's doing that,
go here.
Jackson, what's up with
to
you?
properly.
What's up with me?
Yeah, what have you been up to? How was the last 2 weeks?
Pretty good. Yeah. Sorry I didn't get to bless the listeners' ears with my voice. Mother Nature had it out for me. That's terrible. On the drive over there, like 3 cars were pulled up on sidewalks. It was crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Midwest winter kicks the road's ass. But yeah, I've been good. Still working, training really hard. I've been actually like really dedicating myself to the Nebraska Strongest Man competition coming up in March. That's kind of been like my main thing I'm doing right now. Put a lot of other stuff on hold, like school and stuff, because I really want to compete in that. So that's been kind of like my main thing. Not a whole lot of cool shit, just a lot of eating and training. But yeah, same old, pretty much.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
What you guys? What was the last episode? Did I miss anything spectacular?
Chef Jackson's gonna be proud of me for this one.
Oh yes.
I spent like 5 hours making a cheesecake for Friendsgiving
Oh, okay.
and had it in like a whole water bath, the whole 9 yards. And the water kind of soaked into the crust a bit.
Yeah.
So it wasn't perfect, but damn, was it tasty.
So did you do the no-bake method? Or did you
Baked it.
water
Yeah.
bath? I don't think I've ever made a cheesecake. Are you talking like...
Like
Yeah,
how
so
you
you
do
have it
creme
in the-
brulee.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you have it in the springform pan like normal, and then we had like a big roasting pan full of like boiling water, like halfway up, and then wrapped the springform in aluminum foil and like set it in there
Oh, sweet.
as we had it in the oven for a bit.
What flavor was it?
New York.
Yeah, it was like standard New
Just
York.
regular? Nice.
Yeah, cheesecake flavor, and then we had like a good berry drizzle for it and like sauce.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was cranberry, raspberry, and strawberries.
Yeah.
Blended up with some sugar and lemon juice, and then you put it through a strainer to get all the berry bits out.
Nice.
So yeah, it was very tasty.
Yeah,
It
cheesecake.
went over really well.
Cheesecake's awesome. Did you know it's tradition to burn the top of it?
Really?
Yeah, you get done with
I did
it.
not.
And it used to be like so like traditional cheesecake sucks. Because there's no sugar to it, and most of the
Oh.
flavor comes through the burnt part on top, so it's basically just like burnt dairy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super French. But when you think of cheesecake like the one you made, it's the New York cheesecake. So an Americanized version of it.
To interject, here's what I found on drinking.
Oh yes.
So apparently there's a difference between like draft bottle can, and it says draft
Oh, yeah.
is Generally getting used quickly, replaced often, usually has the freshest taste. Bottled. Looks great. Clear glass can have an effect on the beer inside. When it's exposed to light and oxygen, it loses some of its freshness. Can. Typically has a fresher taste than bottled. Light can't penetrate the can, and it's packed with carbon dioxide, which helps preserve a fresh taste. But as far as like drinking it says the perfect pour, and then the perfect pour is start pouring down the glass's side at a 45-degree angle from at least 0.8 to 1.2 inches high. Then start leveling the glass slowly. When it becomes half full, to minimize the created head. Having head is important because it provides stronger aroma. And then it says when you're drinking it, wait for the foam to settle, and then drink it in small sips.
Sweet.
So there's
beer is way more lax.
no like aerating and or whatever else you do with fancy drinks.
I think it's just aerating.
Yeah.
I know this is a beer podcast, but I heard that aerating is like makes it so you don't get those wine headaches.
Really?
Because there's like a gas in the bottle that they use, and
I always thought it was from the sugar.
I forget what gas it is, but they're like, yeah, like if you open the bottle, you have to let it like sit for 30 minutes before drinking it. Or you can aerate it, and that'll immediately get most of that out.
I used that aerator you got for me.
Yeah, how was that?
For me, I did a little test run. So I poured like, this much wine in the bottom of a glass without.
About an inch worth.
Yeah, about an inch, and I was like, tastes how it usually does. And then I put the little like aerator in the bottle, and it's like it's supposed to like serve as like a decanter almost. So you pour it and it like trickles over this like, so if you're looking at it from where the wine is coming down, there's like this disc and it like spreads over the disc, and there's like this glass that kind of glass like dome around it. So like spreads off the sides of the disc, hits the side of the like glass dome, and then goes down into your cup.
Yeah. Highly recommend oxidizing your wine like that.
Yeah.
It
tasted different. Like,
better, right?
Yeah, it did, honestly.
Usually better. Usually a bit sweet. Like it gets rid of that bitterness to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, whoa, this is not the same wine. Like, this is weird.
It's delicious.
I poured a different wine out of this bottle somehow.
What do you guys think about our bag wine?
I don't think I've had bag wine.
What?
Me neither.
No Franzia? No. Oh, yeah.
I mean, bottled wine starts at like $5, so.
You can get like a
bag
liter.
wine. You can get 36 glasses for $14.
Damn.
Yeah.
36 glasses? That sounds like a bad idea.
Alex Baker and I, when he comes over, that's what we get. We see how much we can finish.
Oh my God.
It's so much fun.
Bag wine. That's what I honestly wish that I had space or like the area to have like one of the bag or like the Franzia box like above like the stovetop like we did at Venue.
Like in your own kitchen?
Yeah, so then you can just like lift the pan up and...
Honestly, it's terribly nice. You should keep it over your fridge. That's what I did that for a minute.
Yeah. It was nice to have a little shelf right there, though,
Oh, yeah, it's nice.
But, yeah. I think bagged wine's good for cooking. I don't think I would drink it anymore. Yeah.
You've had our fair share. Oh, we've had so much box wine.
It tastes fine, I guess. Doesn't make
it's nothing special, no.
Yeah, it's not like... It's fine.
Do you guys have a favorite way to drink alcohol?
Beer podcast.
Yeah.
Beer podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have a second favorite way to drink alcohol?
That's a fair question.
Wine.
Really?
Yep.
Like a nice glass of wine with dinner, or like 6 glasses of wine in the bathtub? What are we talking about? You got a romance novel in that?
Like 1 or 2 glasses, like whenever, I'm like, I'm in the mood for wine, And, well, sometimes I like having a beer too at night, but not like, I usually only drink beer like once a week, like when we do this. I don't know. But I do like wine a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like hard alcohol that much, which, I don't know. I feel like...
Mixed drinks are pretty good every now and then. Like if
Even
you're
that.
going out, for fun, and
It's
you're
got to be done well, though. Yeah, maybe
Oh,
like
yeah.
a mule
Like with
or
your-
something.
I love
like-
me a good mixed drink with some good presentation to it.
Yeah.
Like in Hawaii, the lava flows that we had served in the pineapples, those are really cool.
Yeah, they'd serve you a drink like in a
Pineapple. Like a
pineapple.
whole pineapple.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, that was great. And then also, similarly to Hawaii, Lakalona bar. It's like a tiki bar in Omaha. They have some.
Bar?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all like tiki themed.
Oh, sick.
It's fun. But they do some crazy presentation stuff for theirs. Like you get like a group mixed drink for like $30 or $40 or whatever. And they'll come out with like a blowtorch and like not hairspray, but something like that, like flammable. And like, oh yeah, here's your volcano. And they like light up over the entire table. You're like, oh my god! And then you down the whole thing. You're like, fuck yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, I also really like sake bombs. That is another favorite way to consume alcohol.
I don't
Sake
like
flights?
sake. Ooh.
Sake
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 itself
bomb?
is like okay.
Is that
doing
kamikaze for
sake
short?
No, you
man.
drop your little, shot of sake into like, I don't know, like half a glass, a third a glass of beer, and
Beer?
yeah,
Like what kind of
Yeah.
beer? Like Michelob Ultra or like
like
stouts?
PBR, just like standard beer.
Okay.
Drop it in there, down it. Goes down so easy because it's just beer, and like sake like goes down easy. It's not like harsh or anything,
Maybe you just need to try
but then you
sake
just
again.
you feel so good,
Feels so warm.
so warm, and like you just get makes me feel happy like right away. I'm like, oh, I just did that.
I feel like the best part is like the experience of drinking alcohol. Like honestly, most of the time it's not about drinking the alcohol itself, but it's just like the feeling of getting intoxicated in like a cool environment. Like I said, the tiki bar thing.
It's about the friends we
Also-
made along the way.
Yeah, it's about the journey, not the destination. Like talking about sake, like sake flights at like a sushi restaurant or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the sake itself is like, oh, it's not really my thing, but it's always fun because you're like, oh, this one has flowers. Yeah, it's got like hints of coconut, or you can smell the whatever flowers or whatever's going on in here, and you sample them, and you're like, wow, I think this one's my favorite. This one really seals the deal for me.
Let me tell you where you can get the best sake bombs.
Please.
Go
If
for
you
it.
go to Ikasan Ramen
Oh,
on Pine Lake Road in South Point.
Okay. They have sake bombs there that are delicious.
It's a whole ramen bar. They've got like anime on all the TVs.
Oh, sick.
And like
haven't
these
done that
crazy
yet.
like Japanese masks and like lights and stuff.
Is it only
Ramen.
girls that serve you?
Ramen is fabulous. It's so good there. The
Yeah.
ramen, like, oof, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And you can get a full. You order sake bomb, like the house one. It's like $8 or something. You get a full like one of these of PBR, like what is it, 16 ounce, and then they bring you out like this like container that's probably like this tall, and it's got like a shot glass on top, and it's just like half full of sake, and you can get like 4 or 5 shots out of that,
Hell yeah.
and then they bring
Damn.
you like an empty glass. And so you can just like keep making yourself sake bombs for like
We should go there for lunch
$8.
sometime. That'd be fun.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Highly
It's good
highly
sake.
recommend.
The only time I've ever had sake was at your old house. You were like, I think I got some somewhere, and there was like an inch left in a bottle, and I tried it.
Was it just straight sake?
Yeah, it was like room temp, straight sake.
Yeah.
And I was
Straight
like, this
sake is not very
gross.
good.
It's terrible.
It's like bad wine, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it tasted like fermented gross wine.
Yeah. But anyways,
It's good the way you're supposed to drink it, and I'd love to try it. That'd be a new flavor in my mouth.
oh yes. And you get to eat good ramen.
I don't think I've ever had like good ramen.
Really?
Ooh.
Oh. You never been to a ramen bar?
I've been to the one on O Street. That's like
Yeah.
17th, 16th and O.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
That place
What's
was
that place
That
called?
one's changed a few times. It's
just
just
called ramen. Or at least that's what the sign says. Yeah, it's my dumb white American.
I think it,
like, oh,
I
ramen.
think it
Okay,
used
that's
to
that
be
place.
called Amumanu Ramen.
It used to be called that. Yeah.
I think it is something different now, though.
Yeah.
I didn't like it that much. I thought it was
Yeah,
very
it was
okay. Yeah.
What kind of ramen did you get?
I have no idea. It was like a year and a half ago. It was just regular. Nothing stood out to me. But back on the drinks, if you guys ever been to the Dish before?
Nope.
I haven't.
Okay. That place has the best cocktails. Like, if you want a culinary experience, Dish has the best cocktails for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember drinking this beet one I had one time when I went there. Like, root vegetable beets.
Yeah.
It was like a whole entree in my mouth, and I got really
Weird.
wasted off of it. Yeah.
You wouldn't think of putting a beet in a drink.
Yeah,
you know, unless you're like a health
so
freak
good.
and like send them through the
It
juicer.
tasted like a health food drink. It was crazy. It was so good. I was like, oh my god, I'm getting fucked up off these 2 drinks. This is
That
great.
sounds dope.
It is dope. They do tremendous stuff there. Yeah, best restaurant in Lincoln, Nebraska by far.
Go check that out sometime. We should put that in our like monthly dinner rotation.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a good day place too.
Yeah.
Really good day place.
Oh, speaking of interesting drinks again, I went to the other room, that speakeasy downtown.
Yeah. How would you like it?
I've been there like once before, and I
Yeah.
had a good experience again this time. We just went like after work.
That's the really
One day.
small one in the square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I had a really good drink that I liked, and my coworker had a drink he really did not like. I got this like red velvet creamy drink
Ooh.
that was like not like super sweet, but it was like very sweet and sweet enough. And very creamy, and it kind of just had like this melt in your mouth feel, like you were eating a warm cake. And
Interesting.
I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!
Sweet.
I love this." And then my coworker,
Where'd he get?
he got a lo mein cocktail.
Low main.
Like
Lo
the
mein,
noodles?
like the noodles. They put soy sauce in it.
Ew.
And they've got in their menu, they rate their drinks differently. So they've got like 4 categories, but all the categories are unique to each drink. And so they don't really mean anything.
Yeah.
And so the lo mein one had like 5 out of 5 stars for weirdness.
Yeah,
He's like, that's not.
I mean,
guess.
5 stars is 5
Like, how
stars.
you gonna make a lo mein, like a mixed drink cocktail kind of thing?
To be fair, he did order it.
Yeah,
fair.
he was like, it looks cool, and he tried it, and he was like, not cool.
If I remember right, I think I've only been there once, and if I remember right, their drinks are incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
It was pricey. It's like $10 to $15.
Yeah,
Like you did
their
say.
bar is
All
like
about the
little
experience.
tiny bar.
Remember the last time we went to a speakeasy? How fucking weird that was in Omaha with Nicole and Timber.
Oh yeah, well that's because we just had to stand there, and they weren't like letting anyone in.
Yeah, he was really like hush hush about it too. Like, hey, dude, it's not an actual speakeasy. It's been
Yeah.
illegal for 100 years.
Yeah, it's like, so we're like,
It's
so
just
is there a
infuriating.
bar? And he's like, you got ID? We're like,
Yeah.
just like, where is it? Like,
Yeah.
and like obviously you could hear it like behind the bookcase or whatever.
Mhm.
And he's like, he just kind of nodded to it, and
You're not fooling anybody.
and we're like, so like, can we go in? And he's like, you have to wait. And we're like, it was so strange.
That was so strange.
And like people just kept showing up, and like they're like,
Yeah.
you have to stay inside if you
Yeah.
want, otherwise you lose your place in line.
We were there for a minute.
Yeah, we didn't end up going in, but it would have been cool to see what it was like inside. You know,
Yeah, I bet it would have been awesome.
it would have been cool, but I mean, what, we're gonna stand there for an hour?
I might.
You know.
We should go back there and stand there for an hour and see what they do.
No, thanks.
I did get
Oh,
that
yeah.
sick picture of me
I'm
smoking
really
a
good at
cigar.
ordering.
With
Yeah,
that black brick wall.
yeah, that was a cool
Ooh.
picture.
Great place to take
Are you a
pictures.
fan of cigars?
Huge fan of cigars. I don't know anything about them, but I love cigars. Yeah.
Us with the beer podcast, honestly.
We know nothing. We just enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's not decredit ourselves here.
We're learning.
We know a very modest amount.
Yeah. Two,
I learned
2
that
inches
I
to pour your
use-
beer off your glass.
No.
Exactly.
0.8 to
To
1.2.
1.2.
Oh,
You already see you're faltering.
we'll edit that out.
I do
But-
feel like
IBUs is a measure of the bitterness relating to hops. I didn't know that before the podcast.
I feel like I'm learning. Where like I feel like my
Oh, Zach's about to sneeze.
Canceled.
Oh,
I feel like my
My brain immediately went to, what if he's throwing up? That'd be great.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel like when we started this, I didn't really know like what to say about the beer. Like, I was like, yeah, I like beer, you know? And then, like, you know, when we do our ratings at the end, we kind of give our reasonings and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like my reasonings are, like, more justified, if that makes sense. Or, like, they've got, like, more to back them up than they did in the beginning.
You got more experience to back up your
Yeah,
claims
because
towards what you
we're drinking so many different ones. And, yeah, so I feel like it's slowly growing, my palate.
Yeah. You start to develop like your own kind of like profile of what you like. And
Yeah.
don't like.
Oh, speaking of which, we were at Thanksgiving. Excuse me, with my parents, and I think my dad brought up the podcast, like with my full extended family,
Really?
and he's like, he's got a podcast. I was like, yeah, and they're like, oh, everyone like looked at me and like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, we drink beer. And they all laughed pretty good. And, you know, I went into a little bit more depth. And then my dad, we talked about a few different ones. And Voodoo Ranger came up in conversation. And I had left some at my parents' house. My dad's like, oh, you still have some here? And I was like, yeah, I think that's like the fruit punch one. And that one was really gross. Like, I did not like that one. And then everybody there was like, oh, let's open one up and, like, we're going to all sample it. And I was like, okay. And so I went down and grabbed one. And, you know, everyone had, like, just the bottom of their glass filled just to, like, taste it, you know. And they were like, this is gross. Like, we should have listened to you. Like, you said it was gross, and then we all wanted to try it. And I was like, yeah, it's gross.
I'm an expert. You don't take my word for what I say.
Like, yeah, you guys got to listen to the cast to know what's up.
Yeah,
That's just their opinion, though. I like that juicy IPA. Juicy Haze.
No, Juicy Haze is
Juicy Haze
good.
is good.
Fruit
Yeah.
punch.
Oh, I don't
They
think
have
I've had the fruit punch one.
Don't.
It's so gross
It tastes
about
like fruit punch, or it tastes like beer watered down with fruit punch.
Ooh, yeah. that's
It's not even,
gross.
like, incorporated in. It just feels like two separate things.
Yeah.
High ABV.
Sorry, Voodoo Ranger.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It's
Yeah,
high.
we'll see. Yeah, give me two of those.
The one we had last week, though, the Tripel, that was New Belgium Brewing as well.
Okay,
And they make Voodoo Ranger.
I
Yeah,
like a lot of the stuff they do. Voodoo Ranger tends to be high on my list, so
that Juicy
curious.
Haze one was great.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I think we just got really drunk that episode.
We did too.
I think we had like 2 or 3 each that time.
That was a good one. That was a good episode.
Yeah, we need more. Once we're all done with the holiday beers, I say we do one that's similar
To
to Juicy Haze.
Not fruit punch though. Like
Like an IPA, you mean? Or just like a fun episode?
an
where we
easy
go
sweet
long
beer
and
to
get
drink.
drunk?
I mean, like one that's gonna taste real good and has it goes down easy and has a high alcohol
Mike wants to
content.
get fucked up. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
What are you saying but not saying?
I get what you're saying though. Like each episode, our opinions are gonna be more and more valid because we just have that much more experience behind us.
yep.
yeah,
We're
seriously.
no IGN sellouts. Oh, this is an 8, 9, 10 out of 10 every time because it's a big name. Nah, we say what we mean. We wear our hearts on our sleeves.
Yeah. We love a juicy IPA, but we don't like that fruit punch. Fuck you, fruit punch.
Yeah, fuck the
Suck.
fruit. I don't think I've had it actually. I can't
Not
remember.
I'm just going off our best
Save
friend.
yourselves the trouble.
Going off a beer podcast expert over here.
We'll have to ignore Christian's opinion and sample it ourselves sometime.
Deal.
There might be one in the fridge.
No, I don't want it.
Oh,
I'll be crushing it. Actually, this one's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm liking this so far.
What do you guys think? We're about halfway through our drinks here. What are your thoughts so far? It's really sticking to this coaster.
I have an interesting
the coaster.
comment
So much.
actually.
What do you got, Zach?
Okay, we had this at the brewing company where it was made.
Yeah.
Like right after it was made, it seemed.
Oh, I have a guess about
Because
what you're gonna say.
they didn't have it like packaged yet. It wasn't in stores, and it only got to stores like a month after we had it. So my opinion is it was way more coconutty when we had it like on tap, or for Southerners on draft. They say that other places. I know somebody in Texas that
Really?
says on draft.
Oh,
Yeah.
draft. Cool.
But yeah, I think it was way more coconutty when we had it a month ago.
Yeah.
So I think that's really interesting.
I feel like
That is-
I
coconut
definitely agree.
could be like one of those like fleeting flavors where it's like really intense but like loses intensity quickly.
It
Yeah.
seems to be so.
I
this
think-
beer, apparently.
Like fresh coconut versus like coconut that's mixed, like shredded coconut mixed into something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Way
it was
different
like toasted
experiences.
coconut though, like what we tasted. It was
Like if someone didn't tell you what the beer was flavored, you'd go, "Oh, toasted coconut."
yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
never guess if I like.
I would not know coconut is in this.
Yeah, if you showed
Yeah.
me a list of
Until I
100 flavors that were in this beer and coconut was on there, I would not guess coconut at all.
No, I definitely agree because I feel like we were so excited to try this one just because of how much it stood out with that coconut flavor. And it feels really dampened here.
Did you say it's better or worse here or them?
Oh, I mean, I didn't have much to go on then. I'm slightly leaning towards worse just because it felt really special with like the sample and how coconutty it was.
Okay.
Mhm.
And this one, I'm like not quite getting that.
Yeah, I'm
It's still good.
not
but-
tasting the coconut.
The last beer, Tripel, had more of that like holiday-esque feeling to it than this one does.
This one doesn't feel jolly.
No, the other one felt jolly. Like it felt like you're sitting around the hearth eating cookies and like sipping on a beer.
That sounds cozy.
It was cozy, but it wasn't like it'd only be good in like that situation is what I felt.
It reminded
But, like-
me. Sorry.
Oh, I'll finish real quick. But like this one, honestly, just kind of feels like a regular like darker beer. I mean, granted, it's slightly sweeter.
Definitely sweeter and easier to go down, but
But I think the more I drink, the more I drink, the more bitterness is left in my mouth. And that's what I was
I
going to
feel
say.
like
Zach.
a holiday cookie. We gotta try it with the pepper nuts.
all right.
Holiday beer.
Zach's got something to say.
I was
Go
gonna
ahead,
say
Zach.
the Tripel. I might have forgotten.
Oh shit!
Chappelle,
We were talking
holiday,
about holidays,
sitting around the hearth.
eating cookies.
Have a cookie.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Let's everyone listen to us chew real quick.
Nom, nom, nom.
Mm. Mm, mm.
This one doesn't go as good with the cookies.
I feel like the cookies make everything better.
This is definitely like filling up my tummy.
Yeah, for real. Not as much as the peanut butter porter did. That one will forever be the cement mixture of our stomachs, but it's
It's still in there to this day.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. The Tripel. It reminded me of the White Rascal one we did a little bit. It was a much better version of it. Were you there for that one? I feel like you weren't.
I don't think I was. White Rascal.
So
I think
that one was gross.
Okay.
I think we did that right before Juicy Haze. And
Okay,
that one
yeah.
you
that was my
first
first
joined?
episode. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one was kind of gross. It was like very cilantro-y.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The
I hate that.
Yeah, coriander. And this one it
That one was gross.
was like a much lighter version of that flavor and also just in the aftertaste. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was like good, but not deserving of an A or higher.
Yeah. I'm glad I missed out on that.
Yeah.
Wait.
In other news, this is most likely our last episode with the shared mic.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I feel
Yes.
bad. We said that last time too.
Well,
Yeah,
we said
we did
it
say-
would be like a week or two,
Oh, we did.
maybe
Okay.
next week,
But-
maybe the next one.
3 of the 4 of us have our mics in, and yours is getting delivered tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
We also want the shock mounts too. but we should be getting those ordered very soon.
Yeah.
We got some, but it was the wrong ones that didn't fit our mics.
I mean, we can go without them.
We can.
For like one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would make too big of a difference. It's just nice to have them.
Yeah,
So,
Jackson, I'll have to show you the mics. I have it set up in my room.
Yeah,
what it sounds like and stuff.
Definitely.
You tested it out? Does it sound good?
Oh yeah, I'll show you too. It sounds so good.
Really?
It's super cool.
That's nice.
It's got like instant feedback too with like the interface, the way I have it plugged in right now.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
So you can like hear yourself speak and see how loud it is and stuff.
Dope.
Super
Nice.
cool.
it's got a
And then
built-in filter too, and it worked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
it was good.
Beatbox without damaging my mic.
apparently.
Not just some intermittent beatboxing.
Oh yeah.
And do we have the new like audio interface in also?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
how I
really?
have it set up. Yeah.
So we have that. Nice.
I'll show you guys.
So we have everything minus one mic.
Yeah, like you were saying, this is the last episode
Yeah.
of OG setup.
The
That's so
Yeti
exciting.
is
Up
That
and
is exciting.
disappear.
Yeah,
We're gonna
really.
get
The
it now,
Yeti's
bro.
going back to my gaming mic.
I would use this new one as like my new gaming mic if I didn't have to lug the interface around.
Yeah, I mean this one's really good for like just seeing like gaming mic. You know, you
Yeah.
just set it on your desk.
Perfect.
Perfect, and it comes with like its own software where you can like it's got like radio voice or like broadcast or like it's got a bunch of different like presets to like slightly change like how you sound.
You have like a 1930s radio host where it's like, yeah, see, or you walk around this corner.
It gives that sort of vibe, but you've got to put in the effort to get the full thing.
Yeah, this is a
But
dope
then
mic.
it's got like weird ones like robot voice and like it's got like silly ones, and then you can like
with that.
you can make your own presets with all the like sliders and stuff. But I mean, I really like this mic for like, I think it's fine for this purpose. It's gotten us this far. But I definitely think this is better suited for like a one person, like, let me game with my friends, or let me record a YouTube video, or you know what I mean. Ooh, excuse me.
How's that coconut taste?
I'm tasting like butter right now
Ooh.
from the pepper nuts.
You had like one cookie.
I had two.
Oh,
Thank you.
you guys like 2 cookies. That's fair.
Enough to
I
cover
can see
stomach.
that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Live butter layer.
Yeah, 2 is way more than 1 after all.
It's double.
Yeah, 100% more. Holy crap.
100% increase.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Hitting new highs.
Has the new Risk of Rain 2 DLC came out yet?
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Is there a release date, or is it just announced?
I don't think so.
That doesn't answer the question.
Oh,
I don't think
bigger
there's a
news
release
than
date.
that.
Oh, okay.
GTA 6 trailer coming out.
Yeah.
No
3
way.
days, yeah.
Really?
Rockstar just put a little poster up saying,
Mhm.
like, December 5th, the trailer will be announced. And I was like,
I never
finally,
thought this would
finally.
happen.
Yeah,
It's been
seriously.
so long.
I thought they weren't going to
When
do that.
did-
yet.
2013, right?
That's when GTA 5 came out?
Yeah, I was an 8th
Oh
grader.
my god.
It's been a decade, bro.
I was like 15 or 16.
I was in grade school.
Holy shit, I'm almost
Yeah.
30.
I've almost doubled in age.
What the fuck? What took him so long?
Greed.
I am so excited
Yeah.
for this trailer, though. Honestly, I'm
That
excited.
came
I'm
out
more
with the
excited.
PS2?
No.
No, that's PS3, PS4, that
Yeah.
cross area.
A
Okay.
bit of PS3, mainly PS4.
Yeah.
And then PS5, and then Switch, and then,
Yeah, carry on.
Is it on
It's the next
Switch?
console.
probably.
No, it's
No,
not.
I don't think so.
Red Dead Redemption is on Switch.
The first one.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
What? And they don't have it on PC? What the fuck?
You ever play the first Red Dead?
No.
I played a little bit of
better
it
than the
when I was pretty young, and I didn't
Really?
understand what to do. And so I just kept setting up campfires, and I didn't understand like waypoints or like
I only played the zombie mode. Did you play zombie mode?
no,
Oh my god, dude! That's one of my favorite zombie games.
really.
Yeah, it's just Red Dead with a bunch of zombies
That's
and
kind
like kind of a mission. No, I'm good. But yeah, that game's
Red Dead 2 though, whew, incredible. I love Red Dead 2.
It's great, like graphically
So
speaking, storyline speaking. I got a little old of it though.
Did you?
But like 60% of the way through, I felt like I was doing a lot of the same shit over and over again, and I'm like, this is getting boring.
Yeah, well, you gotta break it up. I like to do like the treasure hunts where you go and find like the gold bars.
Yeah,
and,
that's
like,
fun.
side quests, and just kit yourself up with all the guns and all the upgrades, all the customizations.
Did you guys ever play the game Alan Wake 2? I haven't seen it.
I just watched Donkey's video on it.
Yeah, me too.
I was so confused. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I was real intoxicated, and I was like, oh my god, what is
Who are all these people?
I've been seeing a lot of rambled. Game of the year talk and like all these awards going to it, so I thought I'd ask my gamer friends if they played that one.
You mentioned Steam earlier.
Yeah,
and
I just downloaded Steam for the first time in my adult life.
You gotta add us on Steam then, bro.
Yeah.
What? I can add you? I can add my friends?
Yeah.
Friends?
And you can even like join people.
Dang.
You can just like click on their name and they're like playing now, and you can click
join game.
Oh, sweet. I downloaded Star Wars: The Old Republic. Because it was free.
Josh loves that game.
I've never
got
played it.
full like Instagram dedicated to it.
I've heard people talk about it like they like get a mild addiction.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I gotta get into this. I've never played it before.
Yeah.
And I could use an awesome game right now. So
I read something that canonically Darth Vader has never been defeated and can never be defeated. Like even in the games when you face him, like you can't beat him.
really? Like
Yeah.
he's a boss you just can't beat?
Yeah, he just can't be beat because he's like the most powerful Sith ever.
But
And like when I
that's
fought
a
him,
good game.
when I fought him in Jedi Fallen Order, he's like the final boss, and like, or he's not the final boss, but you go and face the final boss, and you're like, okay, it's kind of like Souls-like, so the big old health bar, a little stage to battle with, and or battle within. And then, like, it goes to a cutscene, and you're like, yes, I beat him! And then, like, the door opens up, and it's, like, dark, and then you hear the... And then... And you're like, oh, fuck! No! No! Darth Vader? And then he walks into the room, and another boss fight starts, and you're like, fuck, Darth Vader! And you fight him and get him down to, like, I don't know, a third of his health bar left. And then it goes to a cutscene and he, like, beats you or, like, blasts you out the window or something. But, like, you can, like, I think it's, like, in the, like, rights or, like, the contract or whatever you want to call it. But, like, Darth Vader can never be beaten.
That kind of, talking about that boss fight kind of reminds me of a scene in the newer God of War game, which I haven't played, but I saw a clip of it, and it was super cool. It's this fight with Kratos versus Thor.
Oh, I've seen this scene.
And you get knocked down to, like, the point where you're dying, and it pulls up the screen, like, oh, the loading screen, you died, you're going to respawn, here's, like, your tips and tricks and stuff. And then Thor speaks up, and he's like, I decide when this fight is over. And he shocks you with his electric hammer and pulls you back to life. The tips and tricks screen goes away, and you're back in the fight.
It's so.
And I was like, "Oh fuck!
Yeah,
that's so cool."
As someone who's played that game, I paused the game, got up, and I went, "Oh my god! Oh my god! That was so good!" Oh. That part was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's
talking of Steam, it's funny because I have a bunch of games like God of War and Red Dead 2 that I've owned on Steam for like a year or two and just haven't played.
Play Red Dead 2, bro.
Red Dead 2 is awesome. Yeah, you gotta play that game.
Like, I know they're amazing games.
As well, God of War.
But I'm just like, I have never like taken the time to get into them.
Here's a little clip of Fallen Order where Darth Vader comes in.
Whoa. Ooh, she's kind of cute.
Darth Maul-less.
Yeah. I'm gonna force this box.
Oh yeah. Mr. Protagonist is winning.
I have the holocron. I need to do this. It's over, Trilla. Either feed it or do all your choices.
Fast forwarding.
Crescendo.
Fast forwarding the
Oh,
more.
there it is. Hear his voice.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's totally giving the same vibes as the first scene.
Comes in from the back.
Just freaking out. Oh my god. I used to debate with my friends that Darth Vader is the coolest supervillain. Or like any villain.
He's still badass.
There's very few villains that are better than Darth Vader in terms of like power and coolness and aesthetic.
Why does he just kill this lady right here?
He's a good guy. He can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he just sliced her in half.
Oh.
Jesus. Oh, he's
She's
the
dead.
best. Yes.
Flicks her off the side.
You're done for.
You're dead.
And you're like, fuck.
Dude,
Fuck.
he's so powerful. He just flipped a lady out of the lava. I am your father. Is this the...
And then it just sets you back into the game, and Darth Vader's just there.
Oh, yeah. Is that the newest Star Wars game?
No, that was the
Second one. Second most recent.
second most recent. The new one is Jedi
Survivors?
Survivor.
Oh, Survivor, yeah. You showed me a trailer for that, and you were jizzing your pants
Oh
over
my
it.
god, I was so excited for it because Fallen Order was incredible.
Did you play that?
Yeah,
Was it good?
it's very good. Granted,
Did you beat it?
almost.
I don't like beating games. I have like a
Question.
phobia.
Granted, I think they released it a little early. It's kind of got a lot of bugs,
Cyberpunk-esque.
but I mean that's kind of just the way games are now. I feel like, which is a little unfortunate.
That's so shitty.
But
Yeah,
the
it's
game
fucked up.
itself,
Yeah.
I mean, the game, it's still fun. Like, I still enjoyed playing it. I'm still glad I purchased it. It didn't, like, most, like, I'd say, like, 95% of the game was still good. And, like, 5% of it was just like, what's happening?
Have you
Just, like, a little glitch,
Okay.
and you're like, oh, whatever.
Have you played any Diablo 4 yet?
I've played a bit. I do need to play more. It's really cool so far, though.
What is Diablo? I don't know anything about that.
Bird's eye view, loot and shoot.
So League of Legends-esque?
Esque, yeah.
Okay.
Very cool though. Deals with like devils and gods and
Yeah, it's like storyline stuff. It's not like a multiplayer League of Legends
and
team versus team thing.
I would like that way more than League of Legends.
Yeah.
and you constantly find new loot and you're like min-maxing like all the combos of like your equipped items and you get like new skills you can acquire. And the cutscenes are impeccable. They're so good.
The parts of the game that you don't play, those are the best parts.
Honestly, and like the cutscene plays and you watch it and you're just blown away and you're like, what the fuck? Like, one, incredible animation. Two, the storyline just shifted in a way that I had no idea of foreseeing. Three, now I gotta fix whatever's going on because I'm the chosen one, and it's just like, I love Diablo.
Oh, speaking of being the chosen one, is it time for another beer?
Beers.
I'm good on beers. I'm pretty full.
No,
I'll take another one. We've got another.
You've got another one. You're Jackson.
Yeah,
I might poop
Jackson.
my pants if I drink another. I'll drink another.
What if
They're in the big
you
fridge.
split one?
Oh, I'll split one with Zach. Zach and I are going to go splitsies on this one.
Halvesies?
Halvesies, yeah. We're on a little diet.
You gotta watch your waistline.
Watch my little waistline.
I want enough to get a taste before we review it,
I could use a second.
but not enough to fill me up the rest of the way.
If I drink another one, I might be uncomfortable. Ooh, I've been wanting to hear Zach's opinion about this all week. I got a question brewing.
Yeah.
Cybertruck just got released. What is Zachariah's opinion on the old Cybertruck?
I don't know if I have a very strong opinion. I haven't done any research into it, but I know
You know what it is. Give me your opinion.
I know what it is.
It's the coolest
Right.
car ever made.
45-degree angle, 1 inch.
A 0.8 to 1.2 inches.
That's
And then slowly level off.
I think that Elon Musk is not a good human and he doesn't deserve our money.
Whoa, okay. Crazier answer than I was expecting.
Oh, you're gonna anger the internet with that statement.
Seriously, I think the internet's on the old Muskie boy side, so
Really?
Hey, now you gotta give an opinion on
I'm
that.
not convinced.
Convince me.
He doesn't come from wealth. Or, I mean, he didn't earn his wealth. He comes from wealth. I
This
said
guy's
that
awesome.
backwards.
He does not come from wealth. He's awesome. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't want to
His daddy
say
owns
like,
an emerald mine during apartheid.
oh, just a little spillage.
Oh,
That's perfect, bro. That's
No,
the.
it's not.
that
You're
is
getting
not
it all over
perfect.
the
Hold on.
table.
Listen.
Coaster.
Listen.
Sorry.
I don't hear anything but failure.
If you. That's the beer you get slid across an old Western bar.
That's true.
What year is it, Christian?
These aren't mugs. These are beer
1846.
glasses.
Yeah, really? All right. I gotta
This
get
isn't
my
Red
horse.
Dead, bro. This is 2023.
Off
We're
the
talking about
board,
Elon
man.
Musk.
Yeah. Speaking of.
Yeah, I think that Elon Musk is not a good human, and he is someone who is in it for the money, not for the progress of humanity. And right now, what we need in successful people is people that want to fix the world's problems instead of create more of them.
I totally agree.
I think.
It's an easy one to agree with.
I don't think he's like a great person, but I think like he's definitely supported by his internet fanboys,
Mhm.
and he really leans into that. But I feel like he's a person who, if given a solid argument and like facts, like, you know, give us this money, here's exactly how we would spend it, here's the end result. Like, if it was for something like good, I feel like he wouldn't be like opposed to doing that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I don't think he's like a shitty human. I think he's, I mean, I kind of want to say like realistic, but like not 100%. But I feel like case to case, in some cases, he's like, okay, like, you know, someone calls him out on something, like, oh, if you did blah, 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 then this would happen. And he's like, okay, well, show me exactly how that would happen, and then I'll do it.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not, like, saying, like, whoa, you know, Elon Musk, woo, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just like, he's a really rich guy, and I don't feel like he's the classic, you know, 1%. I feel like he's somewhat of an outlier among the rich people, if that makes sense.
I think it's outside of our understanding what that lifestyle's like.
Yeah, can we even comprehend what it's like to have $1 trillion?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Is it $1 trillion? Is he a trillionaire?
I don't think so.
No, I think he's the
anybody's
richest
millionaire.
with like 300 or 400 billion though, or at least he was briefly.
Because he overtook
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos for a little bit, didn't he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree with Zach though. I don't think Elon is a good person or worth looking up to.
Yeah, there's definitely like if he had a good. This is gonna sound weird, but like if he had a good advisor, like presidents have advisors, then maybe I feel like other people could sway his opinions pretty easily if he was close to them. And like some of the inventions he's made are like cool and all, but electric cars aren't going to solve our problems.
Yeah.
It's a small percent of our problems,
It's a
but
step in the right direction. But
Yeah.
It doesn't address fundamental issues. Which no one's asking him to do that, you know.
exactly.
He's a businessman. He's not like a politician.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But he is the only business, well, not the only, but one of the only trying to like move in that direction in the direction of greener energy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's for his business, you know.
Yeah.
And you can take that for what it is. But, you know, at least it's not like he's not working for an oil company.
I'd buy
That's a low
Cybertruck.
bar.
I'd buy a Cybertruck. That's what I'm getting.
From what I've heard, Tesla's kind of a shitty company.
Really?
Yeah.
Buying
To
it.
work for.
Buying a Tesla is like no car shop can work on your Tesla it has to be sent into a Tesla factory. Like, they have to come pick it up. They charge you for transportation, pick up, drop off, transportation back.
Sounds like an Apple product.
They're literally the
it's
Apple of
very.
cars.
What's the word when like
Proprietary.
Yes, thank you. It's very proprietary.
Yeah.
Tesla is from what I've heard.
Yeah. No,
I don't know what Tesla's are.
I'm going to continue on with the things I've heard for why I think he is not a good person.
Cool. I'm gonna do it.
I already mentioned the Emerald Mine thing. Obviously, not a great way to earn your money, which he didn't even earn. He got it from, inherited wealth. I think he only does things that are in the interest of other people if he can make money off of it. For example, the Hyperloop.
What is that?
Was being advertised as like, oh, it's going to revolutionize transportation in this part of California or whatever. Underground tunnel they built to like, oh, it'll be like a super highway for Tesla vehicles and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just like a tube that cars drive in, and if any car breaks down, the whole tube is stopped. So it's like a way worse version of a train. And he only made it, allegedly, specifically because they were planning to build some sort of train, and he was like, this is going to fuck with my plans. I'm going to make my own worse train instead.
Mm-hmm.
So...
yeah, he's
so
got money to throw around, I guess.
Yeah, for worse, in my opinion. No idea. I don't know any of his, like, family history, really, but... I guess maybe worth mentioning if you're, like, a family values person... he's got 11 kids with 3 different people, 3 different women. Again, that doesn't really have a bearing on your morality or whatever, but I thought it was maybe worth mentioning.
I think that's a little shitty.
Yeah, but...
I mean, I don't know his situation, but...
Yeah, exactly. I don't know his situation. I can't comment on whether that's shitty or not, but it sounds like it has potential to be shitty, so...
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of drama about, like, him and Grimes, for example.
Yeah.
I think he gets...
Ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, musician, kind of well known for her music.
His goth girlfriend. His goth ex-girlfriend.
Oh, he had a goth girlfriend?
He gets way too involved in, like, flame wars online just to rile up his fan base. Like, for example, buying Twitter was a horrible decision for him. And he only did it because
people told him to.
No, he only did it because he tweeted out, he's like, if the stock or whatever gets to this price, I'll buy it, something like that.
Yeah.
And then he was forced to buy it by the SEC because he was like, oh, this is...
You said you would.
You're publicly announcing,
Yeah.
And so he's lost billions of dollars on that because he's a dumbass who doesn't actually know how to run the company.
Yeah.
And just did it because he... clout, I guess.
What do you think you guys would do, though? Like... if you had that kind of money, like, would you just sit on it, or would you fuck around with all the ideas?
So my theory behind the whole we can't comprehend what he's doing is that if any of us have that kind of money, it'd be an instant lifestyle change.
Yeah, and you're bound to catch flack with that kind of stuff.
Well, think about
the idea. You shouldn't be like absolved from consequences just because of the money.
Yeah, rich people are absolved from everything, though.
Yeah,
exactly,
and that's the issue.
I would totally abuse the power of being rich too.
Yeah, I think everyone would.
Yeah,
because you can.
Exactly. So what my theory...
It's not against the rules, apparently.
My opinion behind that is, like, dude's super rich.
Yeah, I can park in front of the White House for $150 a day in parking fees? Shit, okay.
I make $2 million a day. What does that matter?
Exactly.
Literally pocket change. I read something that... I don't think it was specifically about Elon Musk, but it was like... Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or whatever, like, it was like a situation where, like, if they were walking on the sidewalk and dropped like $100 bill, it wouldn't be worth their time to turn around and go pick it up because they've already made that and more back.
Sure.
Does that blow
your mind?
Yeah, and it's like, why would you not go grab that $100 bill immediately? Like, that's $100.
People have no idea what it's like to be
and like, I don't
if
know.
they were going to a cash bar, though, they'd be fucked. How would they survive?
I cannot.
They'd have to get ATM fees.
Yeah, that's $3.
Get fucked by that, dude. ATM fees. That shit's expensive.
It's like $3.
Yeah, different bank ATM. Oh my god.
They probably
I
don't
don't
even
have
get
to
that
worry about
reimbursed.
those.
Oh,
They
that's
get
just-
refunded.
Cool.
Yeah,
You get refunded?
yeah. I don't have to worry about any ATM
You mean your
fees.
government job?
It's not a government job.
Actually,
It's a privately owned company.
I have a government job, so I can't really.
Yeah, you
You
and your
get
government
like $10
job.
a year.
Oh God!
Yeah. That saved like $3 at Iron Brush.
Yeah, get a new tattoo.
Sweet.
Oh, did you see his new tattoo?
He showed me pictures.
Yeah, it's,
I
it's
see.
peeking
I
out.
see the stitches creeping out,
Yeah.
getting a little spooky.
So this arm's like this side's got one on it, and then this one
what is that supposed to be? Besides an eye?
creepy. What?
What's the guy's name behind it? There's clearly
It's the
some
guy's name?
Yeah, you got Chester on your
Oh yeah,
your pectoral.
Chester. Yeah.
Chester's chilling. What's his name?
I don't name any of my
Can you be
tattoos.
Lester?
Who's Lester?
The guy looking
Chester's
through your
brother.
arm. Yeah.
Huh?
There's an eyeball looking through your arm right now.
Oh, him?
Yeah.
Lester?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Come on, Christian, catch up here.
I've never named any of them.
What about Chester? You know who Chester is?
Yeah, because you said his name like
Yeah,
every day at venue.
So, can the arm be Lester?
So you named this tattoo.
Whoa, you name him.
That's an accusation. Oh.
Allegedly.
But yeah, it's tomorrow's officially 2 weeks, I think, since he got tattooed.
What was the pain scale on that one?
I'd say at most like 5.
Why'd you say it like that?
I was just thinking.
Like most, like sorry,
I was just thinking. At most like 5, and then I think for the most, like for the general tattoo, is probably more like a 2 or a 3.
That's pretty nice.
I mean, it's not like it didn't. I mean, it obviously hurt. You're getting stabbed over and over
How
again.
long did it take?
Yeah.
2 hours. Like
Oh.
almost on the dot, 2 hours.
That's pretty good for that size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice tattoo.
I like it a lot. It healed nicely. Got through all the stages of healing. The initial, like, super raw, and you're like, oh god, don't touch it, you know? And
Yeah.
then it peels, and you're just like, ew. And then after it peels, it's like really itchy, and you're like, oh god, like I want to scratch it so bad. It's so itchy. And now it's just, you know, it still kind of feels like fresh skin. Like, yeah, touch it.
Oh yeah, you can feel like the ridges still.
Yeah, it still feels like fresh skin, but I mean, it's like healed up, you know?
Yeah, it looks like one of the Titans in the walls, but it's like a different.
Yeah,
Design.
you know, I thought it. Yeah, I gave him like the initial like idea. I was like, here's the idea. I think this is cool. I've also seen on your Instagram you've been doing similar stuff, so do what you want, you know, but like stay like I'll show you the initial picture, the original picture.
You should get it
Like, he got-
anatomically correct belly button on your like forearm or somewhere.
I've already got an anatomic belly button.
You should get a
But
spider
he
web
had a
around your
little-
belly button, and then like color the actual belly button in black, so it just looks like a void.
Oh, that'd be a 10 out of 10 on the
So
pain
this
scale.
was the like inspiration I gave him, and then he kind of took like some creative.
Is that a picture from something?
I thought it was initially, but I didn't know.
It
I
looks
was
like the opening cover to like Escaping Alcatraz.
But I was like, that's cool. I thought it was cool, and that's why I got it. 'Cause it's cool.
So you're saying there's a chance if I send you just enough cool images, you'll get one tattooed on you?
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh.
But yeah, so like original and artist's interpretation.
I like artist
Oh, that does
interpretation
kind of
better.
look like the cover for Escape from Alcatraz. Like
A
I was
little bit of guy
face,
peeking out the wall.
Yeah.
It's just
Just
an
like-
eyeball though.
symbolically.
I do like, he showed me this design, like when I went in to get it tattooed, like I scheduled an appointment and stuff, and he showed me like the, like little paper, or like the outlines and stuff, and I was like, sick. Like, yeah. Right there.
Slap her on.
Yeah.
Is your tattoo choice a spur of the moment? Like, I want it right here. And that's where you just wanted it? Or is there like...
My first one was, I had the day off, and like I started thinking about tattoos, and I was like, I've always wanted a tattoo. I don't have anything to do today. Fuck it, I'll go get a tattoo. And so I drove. Yeah, I drove to the tattoo shop, and I was thinking about it on the way there. I was like, yeah, I like Zelda, so Triforce, slap it on. And this is just like, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 6 lines, It's just like the outline or whatever on my ribs. Yeah, I was like, throw it on there. And he's like, okay, well, do you have tattoos already? And I was like, nope, first one. And he's like, okay, well, ribs are probably the worst spot to get your first one. And I was like, I'm sure I'll be fine. And he's like, well, if you're not worried about it, I'm not worried about it. I was like, cool. Sat down. Worst 15 minutes ever.
Oh, really? Did it hurt that bad?
It hurt so bad. Oh my god.
Like eye-watering level of pain? Or?
Imagine a thin steel dowel or like a rod. Like like maybe this big across.
Like 6 or 9 needles injecting ink in your skin?
Yeah, just like a little like shaft of steel.
Okay.
And then you
That was
put
my
it
nickname in high school.
shaft of steel.
Little
shaft of steel.
Whoa. Don't go on and on,
Okay, Mr. High School.
I don't need any creative liberties being thrown around here.
Okay, Mr. Academic.
Anyways, imagine like a little dowel of steel and put it, those 1,000-degree knife videos?
Yeah, from like 6 years ago.
Yeah. Put into like a blowtorch flame, pushed into your skin, and then just like pulled down. And that's what it felt like in my ribs.
And you were like, I want to get 6 more.
And I was laying like this. I was like,
you were posing like a Roman Empire. Right
well,
there.
they
Greek
put
god.
the
Greek
they
god,
put
yeah.
the
grapes.
they put the like stencil on you, and then like if it's a part of your body like where the skin like stretches, like if you raise your arm,
Yeah.
then they have you like stretch fully out so they can like ink all of the skin like stretched out. Because like watch, so like it looks like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then if I put my arm up, it like stretches.
Oh, it turns into a dog? That's
Whoa.
crazy.
So yeah, they have you like stretch it. They're like, okay, stand straight up, and they put this thing on you.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, stretch out.
There's your extra
And then-
elasticity.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that,
Yeah, tattoos are
but I
a
like.
commitment, that's for sure.
I love tattoos.
I'm so excited for my tattoo.
I'm ready
Like
for
a week.
another.
Yeah. Zach, do you also have not an inclination to get tattoos?
I do not. Actually, I should be clear on this. I don't have anything against tattoos. As a personal choice, I don't want them for myself.
You can say you don't like tattoos, that's fine.
No, I don't have anything against tattoos.
Oh, okay, you're saying for yourself you don't like that.
Yeah, just
okay.
Yeah,
I
like
don't-
what he said.
I don't personally want them.
Sometimes I need to hear it twice.
I don't think it's like necessarily a bad decision for anyone else to get them,
Got it.
but I don't want them.
What about face tattoos? That's a terrible decision.
Ooh, that's generally a bad
I
decision.
don't like face tattoos, but honestly, neck tattoos are kind of cool.
Oh,
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever get one, but they're
Same.
kind of sick.
I've seen
They
two,
slap.
and they're always on fat chicks. I saw a
what?
big spider web on her throat, and I was like, "Oh God, that's an awful tattoo."
Do you know the
Yeah, I
Snapchat
saw-
filter where it puts like face tattoos on you and like a neck tattoo?
Oh, like the Post Malone one.
mirror admiring himself. I quite like this.
I can be a tough guy. Yeah, definitely.
I'm a tough guy.
No, I have not used that filter. Is that pretty realistic?
It's kind of cool. I wonder if I can find it.
I
But
saw a cool neck one
I
with
think
like a hexagon, like honeycomb grid, like going up their neck, and I was like, damn.
Oh, Ethan,
That's sick.
I'm your good friend. Do not get into that.
I'm not gonna get.
Oh, thank God.
I have no plans to get one.
Good.
I'm gonna get them in like reasonable locations for now.
No,
I want to get,
no,
I want to get this whole arm
But I
covered.
was like, damn, that looks sick.
That's cool. Limbs are good. Limbs are a good choice.
Arm. But like I was looking at myself without my shirt on, like with this guy here,
God, my nipples are.
and and like these two. Like it feels like there's just like this awkward like blank space around my shoulder here.
You should get something from
So
the
I feel
solar
like
system.
so I think I gotta like fill in like this area next, and then
Oh yeah, you gotta get another
down
rose.
Another.
because like I've got this one on my wrist, But
That one's cool. Yeah, you should. Now that you have that one, you have to fill the arm out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I plan to. They're just like,
You gotta have it filled out by 30.
there's like 260 for this, 240 for this, 120 for this.
You do it piece by piece.
Yeah, so you just,
Take a hundo at every paycheck. Pretty soon, save it up for a year. You got a whole sleep right there.
2 apartments at the same time.
Oh, I wouldn't
Save
have to do
100.
that though if I do a roommate drop.
True.
Yeah.
Mr. Real Estate getting into his real estate.
Mr. Real Estate
I'm on
is
unit.
rooming in with his girlfriend.
I'm on unit 4 now with the real estate stuff.
Okay. So
So
how
I've
many
taken
units until you're done?
like 3 tests now.
yeah, did you ace all of them?
And no, but I passed all of them.
Nice.
So they said at the end of unit 1, I'm halfway through unit 1. They said at the end, put in your application because it takes like a few months to process, and then finish like unit 2.
Okay.
And there's like some specific like law units, like here's the laws, And so like there's unit 1, or there's module 1, module 2, and there's like 3 modules of just like laws.
That's gonna suck for you.
Yeah, but the law modules are shorter than the
that's
other
nice.
ones. But anyways, they're like at the end of unit 1 or module 1, put in your application. At the end of module 2, send in like your I don't know if it's like security stuff, like fingerprint ID, social security, like it's basically like a background sort of thing.
Sure.
So like module 1, do this. Finish module 2, then do this. So they kind of planned it out for you. So like by the time you finish everything, like you'll get your license like basically right away if you do everything in the right order.
Cool.
I could be moving through it faster, and I kind of occasionally beat myself up about it, but I'm going through at my own pace. That's the whole point of doing it online.
That's what I'm doing with college.
Yeah, and like I don't have
Same,
any
yeah.
I don't have any time limits. There's no time constraints, so it's just like whenever you've got like an hour. They said at the start to like do 10 to 15 hours a week. I don't think I've ever hit that mark because like I get off at like 6 most days, and then I get home and it's like dark, and I gotta like make dinner and do all this other stuff, maybe run to the store or this, odds and ends.
How is that? How's the 9 to 5 life treating you?
Honestly, pretty nice.
It is fucking incredible, people. Stick with it. It's awesome.
For like when I was in like high school, I was like under the impression that I was like, I never want to do a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
That's for chumps. And then now that I'm like 9 to 6, granted, but basically the same. I work like I come in at 9, and then when I look at the clock, it's like 1. And I'm like, whoa, shit, okay.
Yeah.
And then I usually
goes fast.
take lunch at like 2-ish,
Dang.
give or take like 30 minutes. Depends on like how we're staffed. And we kind of like try and rotate lunches. But anyways, usually take lunch around 2, and I get back from lunch and it's like 3. And then we're pretty busy until like 5:30. And then I just kind of hang out for an extra half hour, and then I go home.
And then you're Monday through Friday, right?
Monday through Friday.
Oh,
and
man.
Thursday, Friday, I do 8 to 5.
Those Fridays, how nice is that? Getting off work on a Friday? Oh.
Last week, I got off on Friday at 1 o'clock.
That's a tremendous feeling, right?
Because we had like some weird parking situation with the football game.
Oh.
And we were fully staffed. Like everybody was coming in, and we had to park like in the bank parking, which is pretty limited. And Dutch was like, I'll probably send one of you guys home. And I was like, I don't want to like step on anyone's toes. Between me and one other guy. So I was talking to him, and I was like, hey, like, I've got like Thanksgiving. They're doing it. Granted, it's like open house from like 3 to whatever. But I was like, I'd like to do that. Like, as long as you don't have anything going on. Like, if you're okay with me leaving. He's like, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. So I left at like 1.
Sweet.
Last week.
Hell yeah.
And then I do like rotating Saturdays. It's like every other week. And every week that I work on a Saturday, one of the days during the week, I get to leave at like noon. So that's pretty nice. I did that this week. I left at noon on Thursday.
Sweet.
I was just like chilling on Thursday. It was really nice.
Dude, full-time work is nice.
Full-time work is nice.
We just had, we're at the end of the year here, so we just got the notice that we can, like, roll over our PTO.
Sweet.
I was like, oh, fuck. I think I've got, like, 2 days left, whatever. I checked it. I've got, like, a week and, like, half a day. I was like, oh, shit.
Nice.
I'm gonna have, like, 5 weeks vacation next year.
Nice.
Yeah.
On the topic of PTO, I have only 2 hours left to repay on my borrowed PTO for a vacation this past summer.
What did you just say?
And I borrowed PTO, so I was like negative PTO.
Oh, okay.
I was like negative, like, I don't know, 20 or 30 hours PTO. And now I'm earning more than double PTO since I'm full-time now.
Sweet.
So I earn like...
Hell yeah. 5.68 every paycheck.
Yeah, so every 2 weeks, I earn like 5.5 hours of PTO. And I only have negative 2 hours left to repay, and I can start like accruing PTO again.
Oh, sweet.
But I mean, for that vacation that we took, I used all my PTO and then some. And I used all my sick days except for 2. I used all my employee appreciation days, all my floating holiday days.
Damn.
And yeah, I've been repaying PTO ever since we got back from vacation. But end of the year coming around, I'm going to be positive PTO going into 2024.
Now you get like a month off every year.
Yeah.
I get a month off every year.
Yeah.
Sweet, dude.
Sick.
That's so nice.
Seriously,
Yeah.
9 to 5s are the best. Like, I was also led astray in high school with the whole, like, 9 to 5s, I don't want to.
Yeah, I
feel
want
like that's
a blue collar.
Yeah, and then you get into that,
bone.
dude, you get into that empty void of what that is, and there's nothing out there. It's just
It's construction the whole time.
dude, it's terrible. It's the worst.
Construction workers or construction business owners get paid pretty good.
Yeah, huge respect to construction workers, blue collar in general, because I could not do that. I am so content with my desk job.
I could
You like
probably
that?
do it.
You like
Yeah.
this job? I could never.
Oh yeah, I love
You,
you say that. I don't know.
I do
don't
say
know you
that.
personally.
Oh, yeah,
maybe
I tried
believe
it.
you, maybe I don't.
I tried
but-
doing cold calls for
But for
insurance.
me, oh, that's different.
listen,
Phone calls fucking suck. I worked at Gallup for 3 weeks and I quit on the spot.
Different.
I worked at Nelnet for 2 weeks and
Yeah.
quit.
That's
Yeah,
different though. You guys
but-
have a pitch and blah blah
But
blah.
doing like, oh, you have plenty of alone time and you can work from home and it's just like thinking stuff. You think through how to implement different things as a software engineer or developer or whatever. Like, it's completely different.
Jackson.
It's almost like fun sometimes where you're like, oh, I think this is going to work. You test it out. Oh, shit, something's broken. I think I know why.
It's like a
just
puzzle.
it's a puzzle. It's problem solving.
Mm-hmm. I
And
appreciated
it's logic
that when I was in
puzzles.
school.
It's like everything I want right now. And I don't know. I'm really happy with my job.
Oh yeah,
I
very
did like
happy
a
for you.
volunteer thing today, actually.
Yeah.
So I think it's a nationwide thing. There's an event called Hour of Code. And there was an event in Lincoln specifically participating in it
How long is that?
at the Innovation Campus up for UNL.
Thank you, Zach.
Actually, not an hour. The event was 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a elementary kind of thing to encourage kids to be interested in computer science and that kind of STEM fields, basically.
Sweet.
So I did some like volunteer stuff through work for that, where we had a booth set up today at Innovation Campus, and we just had like some super basic stuff to like get kids vaguely interested and help them get aware of computer science concepts. And so our booth today was literally, we had a laptop connected to a monitor set up where you could play Blockly, which is a little problem solving game where you basically do the logical thinking, problem solving work of coding without actually having to write code. You just like drag and drop these blocks to move your character across the screen from point A to point B. So it's like, oh, move forward. If you can turn left, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we also had part of our booth set up where kids could come up and we would show them, hey, this is what binary is. This is the language that computers speak. It's all zeros and ones. And here's like the alphabet written in binary. If you want, we can make you a little bracelet with your initials, your first and last initial, in binary. So it's like 16 beads because it takes 8 digits of binary to represent a letter. And so I spent like 9 to noon this morning making bracelets for kids.
Sweet.
I was like, damn, this is way more tedious than I thought. But it was fun too, because like I just gotta like explain stuff to kids, and yeah, I don't know, it was a cool little experience.
That's
we got
cool.
some free Raising Cane's after.
Where'd you say you did that?
The event was at Innovation Campus, UNL.
Got it. They always do little events like that. I missed a class in culinary school one time, and they were like, you can make those credit hours up if you do the Earth Day booth there.
Oh.
And I did that, and what a terrible experience that. I hated that so much.
Damn.
It was like 3 hours of like the worst humans I've ever met. It was like trailer trash and a bunch of weirdos just there just collecting free shit. And I was like, oh god, this has nothing to do with the environment. This is the worst.
I got a serious pitch for you, Jackson.
Please inquire me. I got my serious tire on.
Get arrested.
No.
Community service.
Oh.
Let's plan a heist.
Oh.
Okay, for real this time.
All right.
You should apply for my 8 to 1 position that I left from to do
At the
full
bank?
time. Yes,
Why?
because I think you would like it
Oh.
and we'd get to work together.
That would be sick.
And
Well, man.
how old are you now?
22 tomorrow, actually.
Okay.
Yo.
You get all the full-time benefits. You get paid vacation. You get all the holidays off. And 8 to 1.
And great insurance.
And really good insurance.
I actually almost have that right now.
Really?
UNL, there is a full-time positioning opening up, and I'm going to go for it. I was talking to the guys there, and they said I'm really close to having it, so I should be able to get it if I don't fuck up an interview.
Yeah.
But that is 6:30 to 3, so Monday through Friday, 40 hours. Insurance from the university, 401k after 2 years,
Yep.
full benefits, including insurance. I think that's it on benefits. But yeah, very similar to the bank, I assume.
Yeah, if
If that doesn't go through...
If you ever feel like switching things up, you should come to the bank. It's honestly a really chill spot. And
Ethan,
I would get to train
please
you.
talk. I can't
Hold on,
stand
hold on,
up.
hold on,
I'm
hold
my
on.
autism.
Let him finish.
I'm fucking freaking out over here.
And I'd probably get to train you and show you like the
so
ropes.
much fun.
And so chill. Granted, like I don't want to say like, oh, the bank is super easy, because like you gotta, you work, but like 85% of the time you're drinking free coffee, you're playing Wordle, doing like Sudokus, and you're just kind of hanging out.
Reading books.
Reading books. You can like bring a book and like just sit at your desk and like read, drink coffee, chat with your coworkers. Someone comes in, can I get a deposit? Sure.
Yeah.
You got your card? Yeah. Type in the card number. Do you know how much cash you have? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. No. You count it.
Or
And-
you let the machine count at the TCR.
If it works.
Not
Not
your
in
guys'.
not in our TCR. Our TCR kind of sucks.
Ours was
It's like
It's a
it's
cash
basically
counting
like an ATM for the tellers.
Dope.
So like it's got more money than we can have like in our drawers.
So you can plug in like $181.44, and then it'll just...
Like you don't even have to like. So say someone.
tells you.
Oh.
So say someone brings you in a big stack of cash, right? And
Got
like
it.
I want to deposit this, and you're like, well, I don't really want to count this, you know. Do you know how much is here?
I'm a bank employee.
Yeah.
This is
And
white
like
collar.
most of the time they know how much is there. Sometimes they don't. But you just fill in the boxes, account number, cash amount, okay. And then it brings up a little whoop, hundreds, 50s, 20s, 10s, 5s. And you can just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20s. I don't want to like count by twos for that. So you type in 7. You do
14.
well, this is just an example.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
7 star,
Yeah.
and then it just multiplies it. And it's like, okay, you got 720s. Boom, here's $140. And like you don't like most of the time you only have to count the actual like number of bills rather than the total like amount that the bills equal.
Oh my god. How do you not fall asleep at this job? This sounds like the most mind-numbing job in the entire world.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, it sounds easy. I
And
really
like
like
you get to
university.
talk to people, and
Working with you though, oh my god, I would want nothing more than that to happen again.
so anyways, to end the serious proposal here, if you ever feel like switching things up, try and come to the downtown branch.
Yeah, if UNL falls out, I'll totally come.
I'll put in a word for you, and more likely than not, you'll get the job.
Definitely, I will keep
Great
that.
benefits, all holidays off.
Okay.
I'll keep that in the back burner for sure.
Awesome.
Retirement.
It's a new job opportunity for Jackson.
Yes.
I got
But, are we just gonna completely gloss over that tomorrow's your birthday?
That's what you rose your hand for.
Yeah! Holy shit! Birthday, bro! Oh,
thank you,
God.
Ethan. Thank you.
Yeah, we should have had like
22.
birthday presents ready for
What
you.
the fuck?
Oh, that's
I didn't
okay.
even know.
That's okay.
That's so exciting.
We'll
What are
get you
doing for
Christmas
your
presents.
birthday? Give us the full rundown.
Ooh, I'm going to wake up tomorrow.
Whoa. A little
Hopefully,
political.
hopefully, I make it to that 22nd.
Wow.
No, I'm not much of a big celebrator, honestly. I always train really hard on that day.
What if I just gifted you some like Fairlife protein milk?
Oh, sweet.
I've got one in the fridge for you. If
Oh,
you
I
want.
drink the shit out of that.
That's so good.
We could gift him games on Steam.
Oh, Steam gift
I could
cards.
use some games on Steam.
Ooh.
Stop playing
We can all give him a recommended game.
Hell yeah, that'd be great. That would
Risk
be a great
Rain.
gift.
Dude, you should totally play Risk Rain with us. What kind of games do you like to play?
I've always been like a single person kind of player, like a story driven.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
But-
Those are good games usually.
Because I never was like allowed to play with other people online because my parents were like, "That shit's evil."
I really
Yeah. So no, I would love to actually play games with other people though.
Let me
Wait,
start
do
on
you-
Risk Rain real quick. You
What
ready?
is Risk Rain?
Risk Rain. We'll throw some verbiage, some words, some vocabulary at you here. It's a roguelite,
Okay.
which means that the gameplay is defined by you go around, you shoot things, you get money from shooting things, and you open loot to level up. And each run is individual. So
It's like an arcade.
the game is never your run is never the same each time. You start a new run every time, like you do
Like
the game.
Hades?
Yeah, exactly like Hades.
Oh, sweet.
You kill more things, you get further, you level up, you get stronger. You die, you restart.
Christian, Risk Rain.
Risk Rain 2.
Ooh, I've got like 120 hours.
I've got like 200.
Whoa.
This game, we
Risk
play this game a
Rain
lot.
is fire.
You guys play that game a lot?
So good.
We used to play it a lot.
I've recommendation. Deep Rock Galactic.
Deep Rock Galactic, same vein.
Yeah.
Similar type of game.
I would say it's
Good intro
like,
game. Kind of gets boring after like 3 digs or 3 like
Little elevator pitch.
whatever.
You're a dwarf. You're mining. There's monsters.
You're mining on an
You have
asteroid.
weapons.
That all
You
sounds
drop into a
lot of
foreign
fun.
asteroid. You defend your minerals that you're mining against monsters. You collect the required amount of stuff. Pitch black. Except you've got like little glow sticks you can chuck out to like see stuff.
Okay.
And like one of the classes is able to like shoot like flares onto the ceiling that last for like a limited time.
Oh, and you're forgetting the coolest part of Deep Rock Galactic, where all the guys say,
Rock and stone.
Rock and stone, baby.
A bunch of dwarves just
A bunch of
Belgian
dwarves.
ass.
Some of them can place like zip lines around so you can go around the cave you're in and
Yeah, there's like
Get
different
around
classes
and-
for the dwarves. There's like the engineer and like the fighter kind
Oh,
of guy.
sick.
It's similar to like
playing the
Restrained.
Flash guy.
Do you guys all play that?
Yeah, we
Is it
played it
really?
before.
Okay.
We would totally play that
The
with
Satisfactory is really good if you
Ooh.
like.
factory simulation, building stuff,
If you like
automation.
maximizing your automation and like building out like conveyor belts and machines and like
Definitely.
this machine produces 24 of this. These 3 machines require like 3 of the output of this machine that I just built. So I've got to build a splitter for this out conveyor belt to split between the 3 machines.
Ooh.
And those machines produce something else that I have to then combine into one conveyor belt to put into the next machine to get my final product.
Sounds like my old Minecraft Redstone build days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's all about efficiency and making a factory to take individual ingredients into complex recipes and
Yep.
dope. Yeah.
Very cool.
Steam got
So
a lot
many
of stuff
good
on
games.
there. I'm gonna
So
definitely check
many
it
good
out.
games.
Steam is
Vampire Survivors.
I played that game. That game's sick.
That game is so much fun.
so cool.
Apparently, there's a multiplayer now.
Really?
Like what?
Like literally native to the game. It's not a mod or anything. It's just got a multiplayer mode now.
That's cool.
I haven't played it, but I want to sometime.
I played that on my phone.
Yeah.
So did I.
It's just on like everything. It's so good.
It's
Oh,
so
did you ever
good.
play Kingdom Rush on your phone?
Mhm.
That
Haven't
game
heard of that.
Awesome. What about Clash of Clans?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I play Clash.
Yeah, everyone has Clash of Clans. So.
What's your town hall level?
I think last time I played was 9. So I was,
Last
like,
time I
ju-
played was like
10,
10 or 11.
I'm like 10 or 11 too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're good.
I still have
I'm
it
at the
downloaded.
I'm at the Electro Dragon phase where that's you just spam lot.
Town Hall 9, best Town Hall. That's why I'm keeping it there. Love me a Town Hall little build. Town Hall 9 build. So good.
I think when I stopped playing, I was upgrading from like the purple like crystal walls to like the,
Black skull ones.
it was either like gold walls or like black like lava.
Well, gold was level 5 and
like
crystal was
cracked.
7.
How do I know that too? Yeah. The 4th one was the
What
big
comes
chunky
after?
iron ones.
What comes after the purple crystal walls? Is it like black,
Black,
like
skull
magma
ones.
stone?
And then it goes into like the lava ones.
Yeah.
I think lava's 10.
Lava's 10, yeah.
So
the
I
walls
think
get
I was
so
around.
expensive to
I was
upgrade.
around
So
that point.
expensive. They got
Under
less expensive.
100,000 right
And then
now
there's
for
guys
one.
that can just fucking jump over the walls. Like, come on.
Alright, that's Clash Royale.
There's flying enemies. No, it's not.
That's actually no
That's Clash. That's Clash Clans.
Yeah,
Clash
you
Head
did
Hogs
Clash of
first.
Clans.
Clash Head Hogs first.
Where do you think he came from? You think they just invented that for Clash Royale?
They
When
did.
did you guys start
No,
playing?
they invented that for Clash of Clans.
When did you guys start playing?
Right?
Like, what's the earliest thing you
Clan,
remember?
Clash of Clans.
Yeah.
In middle school.
Okay.
Middle
School.
I was
Sixth
on
grade.
my iPod Touch.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. You guys know exactly when.
I don't know. exactly.
6th or
Just around
7th
that
grade.
time.
I remember the Golem in the Dark Barracks was new. And I was like, oh, this is sick. I got to download this
Dude, the
game.
P.E.K.K.A.
Pekka, awesome. She's the best.
So slow, but so tanky.
Oh, so tanky.
And now they got like the builder base.
They got a lot of shit on
I
there.
think there's even
Now
a
it's too
new
much.
base.
Now
Yeah,
it's too much. Now I'm like, oh, whoa.
when they
whoa,
gave you
whoa,
the second
whoa.
island, I was like, no, that's too much.
Yeah, way too much. Now it's
Damn.
I got a bit into that, but now I'm like,
What?
Hog Rider was Clash of Clans first.
Oh,
told
you
you.
didn't believe us?
3 years earlier.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
really funny. Okay, it's not that funny.
It's
but
better be
funny in
funny.
hindsight now that we're talking about it. I was at my friend's birthday party like a couple years ago or whatever, and I was still playing Clash of Clans at the time. Like I had re-downloaded it for a few months and gone through a phase. And so I was playing that. And so we were at the birthday party, and everyone's sitting in the living room. Everyone's chilling, drinking beers and stuff, and we're just chatting. It's kind of like slowed down a little bit later in the night. And I open up Clash of Clans. I'm like, it's been a while since I've checked it. I haven't checked it today. Let's open it up. I opened it, and my phone is on like max volume. So
Dun, 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 dun.
and everyone looks at me like sitting on the couches. And I'm like, oh shit. What's up, guys?
You guys
And someone's like, no way, Clash of Clans? And so I started chatting with them for a bit, and they're like Town Hall fucking 14. I was like, oh my god!
That's crazy.
I remember one time I was leaving guitar lessons when I was younger, and my mom picked me up, and I was super into Clash of Clans then. And I had been saving up to upgrade my town hall because like people kept attacking me and this and that, and like my elixir things were full, my gold things were full, and I was like, yes, I can finally do it. But she picked me up, and like I didn't have Wi-Fi because it wasn't a smartphone; it was on my iPod Touch.
Yeah.
And she picked me up, and she was on the phone with someone. And she was like talking, and I was like trying to be patient, but like all I could think about was Clash of Clans. I was like, I have to get to Wi-Fi like now
when you're a kid.
before someone attacks me, you know, because I've been working towards this. And I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes goes by, and I was like, "Can we go home?" Because like she wasn't driving or anything; she was talking on the phone like parked, and she's like, "Yeah." And we drive home, and she's like, "Why'd you, when we get home?" She like got off the phone call. She's like, "Why'd you want to come home so fast?" And I was like on my iPod. I was like, "I needed to upgrade my town hall." And then she got really mad at me for like,
Really?
yeah. She's like, "You can't make me drive while I'm distracted and this and that."
Put the town hall.
I was like, "I'm sorry.
Mom, you
like,
don't
I
get
needed
it."
to upgrade my town hall."
That's pretty great. My dad got super into Clash of Clans with us when we were
Really?
kids. He would get into all the games we played. Like
That's so fun.
I was so big into Pokemon Leaf Green and my little Game Boy SP. I play it on the way to school, and I'd be telling my dad updates while I'm playing it. Like, Dad, I'm on Route 3 right now. Oh, I just hit a Pidgey. Oh my god! And he'd be like looking back at me like, oh my god, you gotta catch that dude. We need it. And we would, it was like
What a cool dad.
Oh, it was so awesome. That was honestly some of the coolest shit my dad and I did when I was a kid. Just talk about
I can't
Pokemon
wait
play.
for.
He was so good
I
at it.
can't
too.
wait for if I have kids and they're
Seriously.
like, play Call of Duty with me. I'm like, oh, what's Call of Duty?
Oh, what's going on?
And they just
The voice for
destroy them.
Oh, yeah.
I will destroy Zach is gonna
Call of Duty.
annihilate his children.
Black Ops 4
In
and
Call of
Sniper.
Duty.
Oh, Black Ops 4. You want to play zombies, Dad? Whoa, what's zombies?
Okay.
Zombies?
Maybe hot take. I feel like there's a chance it'll be different. Like
Call of Duty?
Like, by the time you have kids and they're old enough to play Call of Duty, what are the odds it switch to, like, VR or something? And you're like...
They don't change their formula.
They might have, like, extended ones, though, you know? Something like that. Like, they've had, like, a mobile game.
I played Call of Duty on the DS, where you have to, like, aim with the thing and, like, shoot with one hand.
Yeah, what are the odds you're in, like, VR and your kid fucking, like, 360 no-scopes you?
No chance. I've got VR experience.
That's fair, yeah.
Do you think technology's capped out right now?
No.
From like, well, okay, so
Yes.
think about this. No, listen.
Technology's capped out. We're not gonna get
Comparatively.
any more.
VR came out how many years ago, and it's still kind of shitty.
No, dude. They literally just released a new Vario XR4.
What does that mean?
Yeah, you don't fucking know.
Yeah, exactly. Shut up, Chris.
You don't know.
Alright, let me give you the rundown here. So Vario is a brand that makes like high-end virtual reality equipment.
You think I'm
And
going
it's
to buy that for
usually-
my kid?
No, fuck you. Let me explain. So they make high-end VR equipment, and it's like specifically enterprise-grade shit. Like, this is what flight simulators are going to be built in. That kind of shit. Like, it's a $5,000 to $10,000 headset, and you have to pay at least $1,000 as subscription fees a year just to use the fucking thing.
I'm not buying.
I know. And I'm telling you, they just released a new version, which is like half the price of the old one. They eliminated the subscription fee model. It's obviously still outrageously
Half the price,
expensive
Christian.
for
It's
consumers.
$7,200. You can get your.
It's $4,000.
Oh, okay, my mistake.
But again, it's cheaper than the last one. It doesn't have the subscription fee. It's better than the last one. It's vaguely oriented to consumers. And VR technology is just going to continue getting better from that. We literally just got the Quest 3. Like, how are you going to say it doesn't get any better when you still have, like, the Rift S?
I will say VR is going leaps ahead of where it has been.
Yeah.
I think of like OG PlayStation VR to like Quest 3 And like it's amazing how far they've come. Now that
You got
also
your Rift S
doesn't
where your
mean that-
controller flies off into infinity, and now they've got the Quest 3
It's
where it's
never
like,
done that.
you can practice piano with VR on in pass-through.
You saw that on a video.
I saw that on but still.
That's
You
You're
think
advertising
you
it. It's
think it
got to
works
be a
like that?
legitimate use case.
yeah, no, I
Potentially.
say nay on that.
Here's
I say
what's going to be in the
maybe.
future. PlayStations and Xboxes and Nintendo. It's going to stay the same. VR is still going to be like niche and
but
kind of
cool.
gimmicky. And I think it's going
No,
to stay that way.
I think
They're
the
approaching
future,
it from both angles, though.
I think-
They're going the top-down approach where they figure out all the expensive shit and figure out how to make it cheaper. And they're also going the bottom-up approach to see what's the cheapest fucking VR shit you can make that people will still buy. And they're trying to find where that meets in the middle.
Yeah,
They're gonna find.
technology gets better
eventually.
and better to where the cost of it.
This
can go
is
down.
meta. They've got billions of dollars. We literally had a conversation earlier about how rich people are going to do whatever the fuck they want. You think Mark Zuckerberg isn't going to figure out how to make a cheaper VR set that does everything you want
Yes, here-
and still sells a fuck ton?
So, do you think the future is going to be
okay? They can
metaverse?
make the
I don't know about
machine.
that specifically, but
Oh, I do.
They
there's
can
going to be
make-
a lot more VR.
They can
and
make
AR
the
in future.
machine or the like console, if you will. Okay, but they're not making the games. They're not making what you play, except for they're like, here's your little house. You have a little bow and arrow, and you can decorate. You know, that's gonna be up to like third parties, and like, who's gonna invest? Like, okay, it's gonna happen still. But most people are gonna, like, game companies are gonna put their money towards what's always worked and what's still working, which is consoles and PC, right?
They're going to
They're
put
not
money
gonna,
into
like-
what's proven worthy. And when VR proves it's worthy to be given the AAA treatment, that's when it's going to get it. And shit's going to... You have Half-Life Alyx. That's like the best, like, full immersive VR experience game.
And it's like, okay.
Yeah. And it's,
It's
like...
okay.
What,
That's
a
it.
2020, 2021 game? Something like that?
Yeah, VR has taken a huge.
VR
step
has been
past
around
year.
for at most a decade.
Yeah.
It's computers have been around for like 60 years.
So
You think now is the time that they're gonna hit their fucking slope and be like, nah, it doesn't get any better than this.
So I think
I just
VR is an
haven't-
example of what's going to be next to come in the
You just
future.
you
Okay,
don't believe. You
here's-
just need to be convinced.
I think that the best thing to come out of VR.
You really like VR, dude. Holy shit.
That's because this guy
Got
plays
drunk.
Beat Saber every day for like 4 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're
4
4
hours. I can play for like hours.
Okay,
I get tired.
here's my point. The best thing to
Let's
come
hear
out
it.
of VR is Beat Saber. That's what's stuck around. That's what people keep coming back to. Can we all agree on that?
I don't know if I can agree or disagree.
No, I don't.
I love Beat Saber, but I
Like,
can't.
it's the
that's
mo-
like the only
it's
thing
like-
I
It's like
play.
saying people come
It's-
around for the PlayStation to play the newest Call of Duty. Like, no.
People come around to Nintendo
I
to
don't
play the
think
new
so.
Pokemon.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
the same.
the new
Most
Zelda.
like, yeah,
So,
there's a lot of that.
I
like,
think
it's
what we
a
were
full
getting
story.
at when we were talking about being older and like what our kids are going to play is that I think it hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah,
Kind of like how cell phones, like you talk to an old person about a phone now, and they're like, "What the hell is this?"
You're gonna be
It's
like 70, and your kids are gonna have like VR goggles embedded in their eyes.
they're gonna have
pull up like
crazy shit.
fucking surround
You
sound
think
speakers.
TVs are going away?
I think they're going to get
Ideally.
updated. Yeah, ideally.
Imagine if you
Ideally.
could have VR goggles embedded in your eyes, where you could just watch TV wherever you want. And you watch a regular TV, and your kids are like, "Why the fuck do you use all that space in your house? Like that's like 50 inches of real estate."
Phones are basically that too, where it's you can just watch TV wherever you want.
Yeah,
I think. What I'm trying to make is I
What
think
is-
VR is slow.
Okay, VR. Back to VR.
technology is so
And
fast. What are
I
you talking
think
about?
that they're going to
it is.
continue.
Comparatively to what we've gone through, like the wheel, you know how that long that was around before we started adding shit to it?
Yeah, like rubber.
Yeah, like vulcanized rubber, yeah.
So
He doesn't even know what that means.
my ultimate point, I'm not saying VR is shit. I'm saying it's slow and it's not going to pick up speed for a while.
He's gonna be the old man of the future that's like, what the hell is that?
Christian's
shit?
gonna be an old man.
I got a TV.
He's already almost 30.
Hey.
Shut the fuck up.
Let me make my
Is
point.
more talented.
Hurry up and make your point already, because you're going
You
nowhere.
keep interrupting me,
You keep saying technology's slow, VR is slow.
and then you interrupt me, so I have to start over.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
here's the
We
shut
know
up,
VR
everybody.
is slow. VR is
Shut
not.
up, everybody.
Yeah. Zach, shut up.
Yeah, Zach, come on.
Yeah, Jackson and Ethan, shut the fuck up. Xbox and PS5 are gonna Xbox and PlayStation are gonna continue to be relevant way into the future,
Okay.
as well as PC.
Okay.
I agree.
I think VR will continue to grow. I don't think it's going to completely take over something that has been a staple in everybody's life. Well, not everybody, but generalizing.
I agree.
All the gamers' life growing up.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Can I
been,
counter argument.
oh, here's a PlayStation exclusive. Here's an Xbox exclusive.
on Steam.
Oh,
yearly.
okay, here's a VR exclusive. What, so I have to buy a whole VR set, The point I'm trying to make is that the things we know now are going to continue to evolve and still be relevant. There will be changes, but I don't think it's going to be, like, groundbreaking to what we know now. I think it's going to be like, whoa, we couldn't do that 10 years ago. But, like, does that really make me standing here in the middle of the living room, like, worth, like, $500 more?
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm trying to say, is
I
that
agree.
what we know now is going to continue. And something that has, VR that has that potential that is still growing and evolving is going to evolve alongside what we already know. And I think they're going to stay the same. Hey, shut up. They're going to stay the same in terms of, like, capability.
I'm ready to interject again.
Yes.
And that's all I
I
wanted
think
to
you are
say.
too.
Oh yeah, I've
You're
got
gonna
lots
do
to
rock,
say.
paper, scissors, see who goes first.
I go first. My idea was first. All right.
Oh,
I think
Fine,
you are
fuck it.
limiting your idea to the idea of what's going to be relevant to the past 10 years, because PlayStation and Xbox peaked hard 2014. I'll just say give that as a general peak. They're falling off right now.
You think with the
So-
PS5 and the Xbox?
Yes, that's the same thing with
Whatever.
people said about the Atari and the Sega when it was relevant during its life cycle. They were like, that's going to be our new PlayStation. That's going to be our new game consoles we have. Are these new guys? But they get phased out in how long was the Sega around? 20 years from the original Sega to the Dreamcast. So I think that you're limiting the idea of what will be relevant to what's really hot right now. Kind of like how BlackBerry was the phone to have before Apple came in with their iPhone.
Okay, I'm going to jump in here.
Please.
I'm going to agree with Jackson. I'm going to elaborate. Technology, yeah, rub those nipples.
Yeah, these 22-year-old
Technology
nipples.
technology development follows a set of curves where
Yes.
a technology comes along, it starts off slow as it's really just limited to high-end investors and whoever has the most money to be able to develop and afford that type of hardware and applications and all that kind of stuff. It starts off slow. It hits a slope where it starts to go up. It gains popularity. It becomes cheaper. It becomes better. It keeps getting better and better until it hits a point where you really just can't develop the technology any further from what it already is,
Yep.
whether it's due to literal physics limitations or otherwise, and it begins to level off again. And then a new technology comes along. It starts off slow, it begins to build and slope, and then it levels off. And then a new technology. It's like storage devices. 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Storage was fucking expensive.
And huge.
If you had a gigabyte of storage,
It was like a whole room.
it is an entire room. It is more than you could conceive of. And now
You can get
it's
terabyte,
taken for granted.
terabyte,
And now it's on the
micro SD cards.
cloud for $2.
Yeah, the
It's
cloud.
cents for a gigabyte.
Yeah.
You can have whatever the fuck storage you want.
in terms of gigabytes for pennies. And it's going to continue to do that. We have tape storage that fucking started in kilobytes or megabytes. And then we have hard disk storage that's going up. And now we're getting to like the 10 to 20 terabyte range with that. And we're getting SSDs that are getting faster and faster and getting more storage and getting cheaper. And we're going to get another technology in like 10 to 20 years for sure that's going to continue to do the same thing. And that's going to apply to not only game consoles and VR, but CPUs and GPUs. It's going to apply to computing as a whole. We're developing different architectures from x86 to RISC. We're going to a whole bunch of different shit. And it's going to continue to get better and cheaper and faster and more accessible. And maybe eventually that'll hit some physical limitations, but there's so many people in the world, and the more that people develop, the more the technology develops.
Okay, so that brings up the question for all of you. What, if any, technologies currently available, and granted technologies can be a wider umbrella, as in like companies, in 10 to 20 years from now will still be viable, still be in the game? Like, for example, will Sony die off and we'll get like a new like replacement? Or do you think that these companies or any specific technologies will kind of pave the way for
Kind of like how
newer,
Netflix killed Blockbuster.
like
Their
Netflix
new
killed
technology.
Blockbuster?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So do you think that is going to continue? Or do you think these companies will be able to continue to hold their ground in like 10, 20 years?
Well, if you really get into it, a lot of
Let's
companies...
go one by one.
Yeah, sure. Zach, I want to hear what you have to say.
All right.
Let's let Zach speak, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't chipped in a bit. I think that the main companies that are going to stay relevant are any of those that are involved in actual like PCs.
Are we talking technology strictly like electronics?
Yes.
Okay. So not like medical stuff or anything?
No, I think we're more in like the video game,
Okay.
entertainment industry. Right
Okay.
now.
Still, though, I think computers have been relevant for both entertainment and like actual business-related tasks
Real world.
since they came out.
Yes.
And I think that most of the software that would come out from here on out is going to be mainly revolving around personal computers. Or like those quantum computers that big companies or universities have. It's like I said, it's been that way since computers came out. And I think the way you build computers, you can specify your needs and spend most of your money to get the parts that you need to get what you want out of your computer. I'm kind of intoxicated, so I cannot speak super clearly. But
You and me
I think
both.
when
Damn.
It goes all around.
I'm stone sober.
I think
No way, bro.
that-
I'm like
Oh, yeah.
I'm buzzing right now.
So tipsy.
I think a big benefit of PCs is that you can customize it and spend most of the money that you spend on a computer on the parts that you need most. So like a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, I need like a really good processor, but I don't need a great graphics card all that well." So it's going to be really easy to make an affordable piece of technology that works for your needs really well. far into the future. So I think PCs are the main hardware that are going to be relevant in the future.
Definitely. I think
in the far future.
computers are almost as needed as cars are. And they kind of like the same thing.
Even more so, I would say.
Honestly, depending on what you're doing, like
You have computers in cars.
yeah, that's crazy. Seriously, computers are like the new thing, and it like, yeah, you can always add to it, like Zach was saying,
Yeah.
with it.
So what's your take then?
On what's exactly the question? Like, what do you think? What
So
technology
what's going to continue to be relevant, if anything?
Definitely computers for sure. What Zach said.
Yeah.
Entertainment wise,
Like, do you
some
think just
sort
technology in
of
general?
visual media, whether that be VR or if we ever if we ever ascend from television sitting wherever.
Well, I mean, I feel like cable's already kind of on the way out.
Cable. Who
I
has
mean,
cable?
who has cable?
Yeah, cable's been out for a minute, dude.
I
I mean,
mean,
it's
you
basically
have
just
cable
turning
if
back
you watch
into like Netflix and whatever. It's basically turning
I
back
feel
into
like,
cable.
yeah, cable's being
With the whole
reinvented right
bundles
now.
and everything. I know,
Yeah.
it's hilarious when you actually think about how similar they are. But whatever.
But
That's
granted,
the
you
point.
have choices.
Streaming's way better than cable, but still, it's
Yes.
almost the same thing. Piracy. Yeah, piracy.
Honestly,
I love committing piracy. Probably my favorite crime. That and
it's so easy.
it's right there. It's just
Free movies
You literally
online.
just go to the website and then you're
Yes.
done.
Probably another technology to stay around would be like communication.
Like phones.
Yeah, like whether that be cellular or
Like email's kind of already done, except for like in
No.
a business perspective.
yeah, emails. we
Email
use
is
way,
so ubiquitous.
way bigger than you think. It's just more irrelevant because we don't use it day to day.
Yeah. So that being said, I think it's
I
kind
use
of
it day to day.
on the way out.
I don't
like
think so.
Like with text messages, you can convey the same thing in an email that you can in a text message.
Email is
Yeah,
that weird
email-
technology where it's going to be around kind of like the postal service, where that's just going to be around forever.
Just because it is like that's
Well,
how,
It is
because
what
that's
it
how
is. It was
businesses
developed
operate.
early. It's how businesses operate.
That's exactly what postal services are now. Like the new science,
Yeah.
the new technology, or like how people are using that, whether it be Amazon using it and people using it more often. That's the same thing with an email. Like it'll always be there, but you're not
Yeah.
going to use it until you need to use it.
Because of business necessity.
Right.
Like people, like personal. You're most people are not sending personal, like mail. It's either Amazon or a court order. Or
That's all it is. It's Amazon and
So there's so much,
or here's your
Or
bank
criminals
statement.
and
Or it's spam from fucking Spectrum, Time Warner Cable,
Literally, it's all
you get
just.
the news. You get ads.
I think you can lump.
Super Saver ads.
I think you can
50
lump.
Shades of Green. I always get weed ads. My parents got it.
know.
My parents got it one time. I was like, "Oh, you guys toke it up a little bit in here." My mom was like, "Look, get this shit out of here."
I think you can lump mail, like physical mail, and like email, kind of in the same umbrella.
Most of it's spam.
Lump
Emails?
it.
Mostly
umbrella,
spam, mostly business.
but
Yeah.
to a certain degree.
Sure, but like what?
It's
say,
also
like
used for
80%, 90%.
authentication. Like that's how you identify who you are. I
Yeah.
own this email, therefore I own this account, therefore I am who I say I am.
Fair enough.
Lighting will be always around,
But that's a business
light bulbs
perspective,
and
right?
light strips and stuff. Well, I'm trying to think of technology that wouldn't.
Yeah, it's not like computers specifically.
What do you think?
Yeah,
What was the question?
What technologies or what businesses, if any, will be that are available now will be viable in 10 to 20 years?
Technologies for sure are going to stick around. Businesses I can't speak on in particular because that's like, whatever business decisions they make for better or for worse. depending on
Entertainment
context.
wise.
Entertainment wise?
strictly entertainment. Yeah,
I
I guess I kind of trailed off with strictly entertainment.
think you mentioned Netflix. Like they're getting more expensive. They'll probably get reduced usership because of that, but they'll also maybe expand to more markets or something. I don't know. Like I don't know much about.
I think people are going to watch TV for a long time.
Yeah,
People
entertainment's
love
always going to be a
TV.
thing.
Consuming media. Yeah.
TV keeps getting better too.
And
Yeah,
I feel
but-
like...
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll save it. No, you're in the middle of your...
Whoa, that was crazy.
You're in the middle of your thing.
I don't know. Entertainment's always going to be around. Yeah, I don't think I can say what companies specifically are going to continue to be around, but the big ones have a lesser chance of failing because they're so big and have monopolized enough that like they can force out competitors or just buy them out entirely. So like they've got a leg up just in pure like supply chain economics there, like reduced cost to deliver value to consumers. Software eats the world. Computers are a necessity to be competitive.
Now, I'm not a computer guy. Don't tell me that. That freaks me out. I don't want to hear that. Software eats the world.
You're gonna.
It's the title of like a famous article from like the last decade or so, or maybe 2 decades even. I don't know when it was written.
I think my generation is going to be the one to like see the peak of the internet and then finally die. So we don't see the
Gen Z.
horrors of it.
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
We
Yeah.
had a live leak already. What do you mean?
Oh, Live Leak was the best.
The best? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, we tried to have
Live leak was
contests.
the best?
Yeah. You see some crazy ass shit.
Yeah. That's the horrors of the internet.
Nah, that's like the realest of the real.
That's like watching
outside
people die. Okay, we shouldn't
Yeah.
talk about that.
Outside our
Let's
cushy
move
little
past that.
lifestyles.
Yeah, we're suburban kids, you know.
We're city slickers.
Yeah, I want to see what's going on in the small town of Smolnetsky, Russia, and see what they're doing.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to know. I'll be better off without that.
You know what they say.
Takes one to know one.
A bird in the hand is
No.
worth 2 in the
That-
bush.
Hey, how do we know that?
Oh yeah.
Something is bliss.
Touche.
Ignorance?
Ignorance.
This guy doesn't even know ignorance. He's so blissful.
Oh my god, I don't live here.
He doesn't even know what he doesn't know. I was thinking inner peace. From Kung Fu Panda.
Inner peace.
This guy would be content to drink sake and eat ramen for the rest of his days.
Shit, man.
But you'd be just like that guy we watched on YouTube where you're like...
I thought that was fake for the first half of the
Do you
video.
think you develop, if you like ate that diet, you think you develop the accent, or you'd slowly just be like, "Ooh, very cold in this room."
This guy would develop a Japanese anime accent.
I
love a
broccoli.
This guy would go into character at the drop of a hat.
I have a broccoli.
I want to do tattoo.
Is ramen Japan? Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah? Like,
Yeah.
that's where it comes from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Naruto is named after Uzumaki.
I've never seen Naruto.
Naruto. What? Or yeah.
What did
I don't know.
say?
Something. I think
Naruto.
Naruto was named after Naruto. Like, isn't that a food? Isn't that
I
like
thought
a fish thing?
Uzumaki was the like spiral thing.
That's Naruto.
I think it's
Is
called
it?
Naruto.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was Uzumaki.
I don't know for sure. I'm not Japanese.
Me neither.
Oh,
Could have fooled me.
向かってくるのか。逃がずにこの deal に近づいてくる。
You know, there's a famous rock in Iceland called the Husafell Stone.
Oh.
There's also a famous rock.
Don't say Dwayne. Don't say Dwayne. I got it.
It doesn't matter what your name is!
Come on, Jackson. Let's hear about this rock.
No, I was just saying that you guys were talking about cool anime stuff, so I was thinking about cool strongman stuff. The Husafell Stone, the 400 and...
Is that like an Atlas stone kind of thing?
No, it's shaped kind of like
A wiener.
I could live.
a wiener. A wiener? Just
Why are you leaning
just
on me, bro?
What's wrong with you?
lean on me. No, the Husafell Stone shaped more like a very awkward
Slow.
triangle. Hold it like this. It's wide up here, kind of tapers down a little bit.
Flip
Yeah.
it upside down.
Flip it upside down.
If you the legend is that sits next to a sheep stable, and you pick it up at the beginning of it, and you walk all the way around the sheep stable. And if you can do that, that's like
You're
it's
him.
like you're a Viking. You're
God
awesome.
among gods.
Yeah, seriously, they're pretty cool about that in Iceland.
You should watch Vinland Saga.
Sure.
It's a Viking show. It's a Viking anime.
It's
so
I knew
good.
you'd say that.
Of course, I'd say I'm the anime guy.
I like anime. I don't cream my corn over it like most guys I know, but I
Wow.
definitely enjoy it. Yeah, you guys cream your corn pretty hard on that anime stuff.
It's so cool. Anyway, Vinland Saga is pretty sick. You'd probably like it.
I probably would. Honestly.
It's a regular.
Most animes I watch, I really like this. I should get anime more.
The first season is like, yeah, I'm so fucking angry. I'm gonna kill everyone I see and get into all these sick battles.
Oh.
And season 2 is like, inner peace. Inner peace. I am not a Viking.
Isn't Chainsaw Man like that? Where it's like, and then it cuts to like
Chainsaw Man?
Chainsaw Man. Don't listen to
I've
this guy.
got some opinions.
This
on
guy
that.
has got some wrong opinions about Chainsaw Man.
Opinions
Chainsaw Man is
can't be
fucking
wrong.
awesome. I'm getting a Chainsaw Man tattoo in like a week, and it's gonna be sick.
Are you gonna get him fucking up your like wiener or something?
What?
I don't know.
No.
Sorry,
what the fuck
that
is
was-
that?
Might as well with Chainsaw Man. Here's my opinions on Chainsaw Man. It's
How long is this episode?
talking.
We've been doing this for 2 hours.
What are we at?
2 hours?
2 hours and 5 minutes.
2 hours?
Holy shit! Here's my opinions, and we'll wrap things up.
Yeah, let. I agree.
Talking, super horny, boobs, and you're like, why am I watching this? And then like
The anime
5
boobs,
minutes
though?
of action, and you're like, whoa, this is cool. And then it's back to talking and boobs, and you're like, why am I watching this?
How good is the action? How
All
good
he
is the
remembers,
boobs?
all he remembers is the one scene where the girl vomits in his mouth.
That's not what I remember.
That's what he remembers.
Did you guys watch Live Leak in between?
Chainsaw Man is mediocre.
Chainsaw Man is top tier.
Chainsaw Man is so good.
How about the culinarian will watch it and give his perspective on it next time I see you
I don't
guys?
think you're gonna like it.
I like action and I like tits.
It's got,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think you're
if
gonna
you
like
like that,
it.
it's right up your alley.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's literally a guy is, his dad and his mom are dead, and so he's an orphan.
And, so
And his
he's
dad
obsessed
died.
with boobs.
And so his dad died in a ton of debt, and he grew up without going to school. And so basically, he's like a feral kind of human with like very minimal skills. All he knows is language, and like, I met this dog that's a devil, and so and it's shaped like a chainsaw. So I'm gonna fucking use it to chainsaw other shit out of existence, and boom, it's dead. And he gets involved in like the mafia because that's who his dad owed his debts to. The mafia's like, if you don't pay up, we're gonna fucking gut you and split you into a million pieces.
I like mafia shit. Nice.
And he's like, I don't care. I'm gonna pay the debt anyway. Like I'm a lively guy. And then he gets out of this situation, and he's like, man, I don't have any idea what real human relationships are like. But this girl I saw has some nice tits,
Nice.
and that sounds pretty cool.
That sounds
And
like
then
a
he
good
learns,
story.
and as the story goes on, he learns more about it, and he's like, oh, that's lust, not love.
How much of a time investment is this? Like, how many seasons is this?
It's 12 episodes. It's one season so
12
far.
episodes?
Season 1 is a really great introduction to the series. I mean, I've read the whole thing like twice, so I know where it goes and where it progresses to. And season 1 doesn't quite fulfill all that just because it doesn't have enough runtime to capture everything. It gets maybe like a third of like the first story arc. So it's really cool, and if you like season 1, you'll love what's going to come after it. But yeah, I don't think it's enough to get like the full experience of it. But yeah,
No,
give
I'll
it
try
a
to
shot.
watch- I'll try to
and
watch
if you
it.
like it, then yeah, it'll be cool. We'll talk about it some more.
Sweet.
But with that, I think we all agree this has been a long episode, and we should probably wrap up.
It's
So
been a short episode that lasted a long time.
Yeah, this has been
so fast.
Went really quick. But
Okay.
let's start with Zach.
Tipsy, jeez.
Oh man! All right,
Me and Ethan are definitely the most drunk here.
Good lord.
all right. Barrel Sled by Empyrean Brewing Company. I'm gonna taste it one more time here. Get it fresh in the mouth. All right. So, this is an oatmeal barrel-aged stout. And like I said, it was way better when we had it like freshly brewed. But canned and poured into a glass, a month or two after it was brewed, still pretty good. I definitely got a lot more of the oatmeal than the coconut this time. So I think to keep it short, I'm gonna give this a B plus. I think this beer has the potential to be like an A plus tier, possibly even an S tier beer. But after it was canned and no longer freshly brewed, it lost a lot of its flavor, which is kind of disappointing. So I think right now it deserves a B plus. It was still good, delicious oatmeal stout, but could be better.
Yeah, to go off what you said, from the way you guys described how it tasted fresh out of the draft, it makes it more disappointing to drink it right now. I usually I don't mind darker beers. I forget what I rated that peanut butter porter. I think it was the darkest beer we've had on here, or one of the darker ones, darker, heavier ones. And I think I gave that a B or something. But this one, honestly, wasn't super exciting. This one just kind of tasted like a dark beer. I wish there was more coconut to it. But initial taste, sweet, and then it goes into a bitter chocolate, and that's about it. So I think I'm going to give it my first D ranking. This was not an enjoyable beer. It wasn't bad, so to say. It was just so...
Like it didn't live up to expectation?
No, I thought it was... Yeah, exactly. It was going to be cooler than what it was. It wasn't disappointed. No, I was disappointed with it, but it wasn't, gross to drink. Just not an exciting beer. Would not get this again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ethan.
Yes, Ethan.
For some reason, we've been doing that, so I'm just going to keep it going.
Okay, I'll end mine with Jackson.
Perfect. So, my opinion on this was I agree with Zach that it had a lot more prominent coconut flavor when we sampled it at the beer school event. And I was really looking forward to that flavor, and it didn't quite deliver on that.
Boo.
Or it didn't really deliver on that at all, to be honest. I didn't really notice much coconut when I was tasting this. Part of that might be, like I said at the start of the episode, where I wasn't really smelling it at all. So maybe my allergies were just acting up a little bit. But I think overall, I'm going to give this a B+. Similarly, I think it has a lot of potential to be better with that coconut flavor if that was able to stick around. And I don't know whether the loss of that flavor is due to degradation or to just being a different batch than what we sampled the first time. But I think it was missing out on that a bit, and it could have done a lot better if it was more present. So I'm just going to leave it at that. B+.
Okay. Well, I was not there for the beer school, so I didn't taste it fresh. And if nobody had told me that there was coconut in this beer, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
And, it says coconut stout right underneath the name.
Yeah. You think
So
it tastes more like coconut.
you'd think it would taste like coconut. And I didn't really get a lot of that. I got it on one burp. And, that's not really what you want.
Don't you not like coconut, though?
I don't like coconut, but, I didn't really taste it.
So maybe that's kind of a plus for you.
Maybe.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, so I'm a fan of darker beers, and I think the initial few sips were interesting, and it's got the sweetness coming through, maybe a little bit of maltiness, definitely chocolate. I definitely get chocolate from this, chocolate vibes.
Yeah.
And that's not what I was necessarily promised or expected with the label of this. Barrel Sled Coconut Stout. Doesn't say anything about chocolate there.
It was chocolatey, but It wasn't as acidic as the Calavera.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt there.
No, that's okay. So, I mean, I like darker beers, but after those first few sips, once you got down to like the halfway point of the beer, it kind of lost its, like, specialty.
I'll add to that
It's
and
lost
say
its...
the more sips you take, the worse it gets.
Really?
Yeah,
That's what I felt like drinking it.
I
I
drank
thought
two.
it was pretty standard, like straight. Like it kind of kept what I was tasting the whole way through.
Most of the beers we've had, it's been like first sips, like whoa, and I keep drinking, and I'm like, oh, this is like developing new flavor. This one was like
Diminishing.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of Calavera,
So-
I think we have like one left. If you'd be interested in having that,
So let's hear Christian's rating first.
continue.
So, like I said, it kind of, it diminished in the intricacy during the first half of the beer. And I guess to counteract that, I'm already a fan of darker beers. But yeah, after like that first half, like I had two. And I think after the first half, it kind of stayed the same. Grew more and more bitter, like a classic darker beer. It didn't really keep anything that like stood out amongst the rest. I still liked it, and it made me feel really good.
Apparently.
But I don't know, like when you see like the label and what it's called,
Yeah.
it seems just a little seems like you're misled a little bit with what it actually is. That being said, I think I'm going to give it a B, just a straight B,
You guys are so nice with your ratings.
just because I like darker beers, and
Yeah.
this, stood amongst the rest of the darker ones. It wasn't really like a huge standout. Like I said, after the first few sips, I still enjoyed it. Still got a pretty good buzz off of it, and solid addition to the holiday season here. But yeah, I didn't get any coconut really. I didn't really feel any of or taste any of like the barrel aged that they say. Like taste. It just tasted like a porter or stout, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really started off strong and then diminished.
All right, so you say overall it's a B.
Overall, it's a B.
Between all of our
It was
ratings,
it was
sounds
all
like
right.
It's like a lower end B tier.
Yeah,
beer.
it was all right. Maybe like B minus
Sure,
or
yeah.
C plus altogether, all around.
I wish I got more holiday vibes from it too.
Yeah, the last one definitely gave more holiday vibes than this.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This was just kind of a beer.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't.
D for disappointment. I'm gonna stand by
It
it.
wasn't a standout. So
All right.
that's my rating.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. That's the podcast for today.
That's the podcast.
Yep,
Last episode.
you got
the
new
couch.
socials.
Oh, yeah. So we've got a new Instagram that we're going to be starting up here. We've got our existing Twitter. We're published through Acast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and potentially others. YouTube, yep. And we are going to still be working before the end of this month to hopefully get published through Apple and Google podcasts. That is our current plan. We'll be working on that soon.
New mic setup next
New
week.
mic setup next week.
All
We're
your
very excited
listeners,
about that.
Get ready for the
And
next episode.
camera.
Camera's new introduction. You're
For
gonna see
all
our
you-
beautiful faces.
For all you
Face reveal.
technical people, our quick rundown is that we've got a new Scarlett 18i20 interface with 8 audio ports, so definitely 4 dedicated just to us and potential for more with guests.
Up to 4 guests.
Oh, yeah. So we've got that. We'll have the video camera, which Christian says I think you have a DSLR, right? That's the hope.
I have a DSLR.
Well, the hope is the video camera.
My brother has it right now. I have another secondary camera though.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully have all the audio
we'll have
equipment.
video.
We'll have Rode pod mics, individual for each podcaster here. It's going to be spectacular, and you're going to notice a difference. We're really looking forward to it. So thank you for sticking with us here. I don't know if we've really got anything else to say. It's already a long episode, so I think let's just finish off. We don't have bottles, but gentlemen,
cheers to another good podcast.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Many more to come.
that's the sound of an empty beer.
Yes, sir.
That's me whistling, but you know.